by the fire, but the room's ice cold. All of what you give, guess it came pre-sold. Found her lips on her best friend, ribbons came untied. Unwrapped betrayal, under that you tied. Mistletoe hanging, but the vibe ain't sweet. So I'm tangled up where I used to keep my seed. The red I'm seeing ain't from no candy cane. Ain't no holly, ain't no jolly, just this burning pain. Christmas red is the fire in my head. Yeah, the trust is dead.
Yeah, we on Pop a cork, set the scene. Gold glass, big dreams. Little hood, still pristine. Laugh lines where lipstick sheen. Secrets fizz when we sit down. High heels, low-key crown. Spilled tea, still hold it down. Toast up, level up now. Champagne secrets, sip, save it, spill it. Grown and sexy, talk that talk, but we when we feel it. Champagne and power, glow in the midnight hour. Little hood, whole lot of class, we gon' cry and laugh louder.
Slow pour, let it rise. Real talk, no disguise. Bad days, but we still thrive. Soft heart, hard-earned pride. I'm in a big bag, big piece too. Pray first, then make move. I'm blessed, self-love in every view. Hit play, it's a new you. I'm chosen.
Champagne secret, sip, save it, spill it. Grown and sexy, talk that talk, but we when we feel it. I'm healed. Champagne and power, glow in the midnight hour. Little hood, whole lot of class, we gon' cry and laugh louder. Picking down, new ride. Deep breath, slow sound, champagne. Secrets out now, I'm ready. Picking down, new ride. Champagne, secrets out now, I'm ready.
Hey girl,
Hey girl,
what you doing?
nothing much.
Get dressed.
For why?
Because we're going to the city. I need a little sip, savor, and spiel.
Let's toast.
What you got going on tonight?
Can't call it. Owning the night. What you getting into?
Empress down in the city tonight. I'm feeling like champagne.
Let's toast.
The content you are about to indulge in may contain high levels of truth, sarcasm, and emotional damage. Viewer discretion is advised, but honestly, you clicked, so here we are.
Side effects of watching may include sudden clarity about your life choices, uncontrollable laughter at inappropriate moments, mild to severe eye rolling at ignorant comments in the chat, increased confidence, boldness, and I said what I said energy, or getting read like a hardcover novel with highlighted notes. Your bad take being turned into tonight's entertainment. A free personality evaluation you didn't ask for, but clearly needed, and temporary embarrassment followed by permanent self-reflection, optional, but recommended. Do not consume if you are allergic to accountability, growth, hearing the truth without sugarcoating. If symptoms of being triggered persist, log off, hydrate, and try again tomorrow. By continuing to watch, you agree that your feelings may or may not be spared, and that's between you and your Wi-Fi.
Management will not be issuing apologies, refunds, or emotional support for bruised ego.
We do not argue here. We educate, escalate, and occasionally decorate the situation with a little razzle-dazzle, respectfully.
Stay classy, stay sassy, and remember, if it don't apply, let it fly.
Either way, the glass stay full and the tea stay hot. You either handle it or get handled. Can you handle it? Let's toast.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth!
Enough is enough! I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane! These motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane! These motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane! Everybody strap in! I'm about to open us the fucking windows.
Confidants? What is your profession? What is your profession? See my nothing, soldiers, and empowerment over here. Champagne gang and visitors to the Champagne City, welcome. You've entered my domain, our domain. If this is your first time here, hi, I'm the Empress, the Fistress, the woman who keeps the fizz in your facts and the kick in your clarity, the curator of sparkles, storyteller of the unseen. I'm your pusher, baby. Pusher of all things excellence, empowerment. You know, the things that get you from where you are to where you want to be. Yes, your Fistress and guide through the glittering corners of mess and chaos. So raise those glasses high, sit back, and let the bubbles rise. Let me tell you what really goes on after the cork hits the floor. Welcome to the Champagne City, baby. Let's toast.
I said what the fuck I want to say, Black. How rude. I said what I want to say. No, I said what I want to say. 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 Orlando. The fuck? I know. What the fuck?
Oh, you see what it says. You see what it says. It recognizes you. You better reach up and grab it. Champagne gang, Fizz fam, and visitors to the Champagne City. Baby, come on in. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. If this is your first time here, hi, I'm the Empress, and you are joining me for grown discussions, baby, and bubbly banter. Over here, we get classy with a twist, huh? A little clink with chaos with a side of charm. So if you're ready to sip, savor, and spill, please make sure you have a glass of your favorite bubbly. I don't care if it's sparkling water. Please make sure you have your charger nice and handy because we don't want your phone dying on you. Please make sure you're nice and comfy. Fellas, your PJs. Ladies, your jammy jams. Kick your feet up in one of those Chase lounges. Say hi to a few people in the chat and let's get ready to get into it. If you're ready, take those glasses and raise them high in the air. You already know it's time for our positivity and affirmations, and today we are talking about move like you belong. Tonight, stop walking into your own life like a guest. Look around. Stop waiting for permission, wondering if you've done enough to deserve the seat, the opportunity, the love, the peace, the more. Baby, sit down. Your name is on the reservation. Move like you belong. There's a difference between wanting something and being ready to receive it. Because sometimes the door finally opens and we're still standing outside asking, are you sure this was for me? Yes. Walk in. You prayed for this kind of room. You worked for this kind of access. You've survived the season that prepared you to handle it. Stop acting surprised like your life is finally catching up to your growth. Move like you belong. And belonging has posture. Shoulders back, head up. No nervous over-explaining. No shrinking your accomplishments so nobody feels uncomfortable. No handing somebody else the best seat at your table. You know, the one you built. You don't have to become arrogant. You just have to stop behaving like confidence requires an apology. There are places your next level is going to take you where the old you would have felt intimidated. Let her be impressed. Let him be wooed, wowed. Don't let her drive. You know more now. You carry more now. You are more now. So tonight, stop entering tomorrow with yesterday's identity. Now say it with me. I belong in the life I am building. I am prepared for the opportunities coming toward me. I will not shrink when it finally is my turn. I receive what I worked, prayed, and prepared for with confidence. And tonight, I'm not standing at the velvet rope asking whether my name made the list. Baby, I straighten my crown, walk past the line, and move like they've been expecting me the whole time. And if you feel that deep down on the inside, baby, lift that glass in the air. Let's toast. Now, allow me to be the first to tell you, if you came into my beautiful city with your heart set on hell and your intention set on negativity, baby, in the Champagne City, we don't do no trolls. Troll busters on patrol.
Yeah. Whole squad on patrol. Where they at? Point them out, that troll. Troll busters on patrol. Hey, hey, hey. Troll busters on patrol, troll patrol. Clamp down, shut them out, tow that troll. Click clap, log them out, fold that troll. Whole chair, chanting now, roast that troll. Roast that troll. Troll busters on patrol, troll patrol. Yeah, big boots, stomp them out, roll that troll. Roll it. Cap lock, drag them out, scroll that troll. Crowd yell loud, we control these trolls. We control these trolls. You type to little mole that troll. Live in my crib, little bowl cut troll. Grease on your keys, little old stain troll. Bridge so hot, screen cold from the troll. You a bridge bottom, did water troll. Wi-Fi weak, one bar in your soul. Profile pic, just an egg on a pole. Whole existence on whole set troll. Same fake pages, same lame troll. Catfish, filter, can't say that troll. Talk big game, but you fold like a scroll. We just laugh, hit mute on the troll. Troll buzzers on patrol, troll patrol. Clamp down, shut them out, tow that troll. Click clack, log them off, fold that troll. Whole chat, chanting now, roast that troll. Roast that troll. Troll buzzers on patrol, troll patrol. Big boots, stomp them out, roll that troll. Cap lock, drag them out, scroll that troll. Crowd yell loud, we control these trolls. We control these trolls. You a damn rock, mouse grown troll. Lil' dust might all brand troll. Fry or hair, little egg roll troll. Keyboard chrome, snap pad troll. You a bad seat, no roll troll. Big talk, zero gold troll. DM tough in the street, so cold. See us live in your spine, made a jello troll. You a trash bag, half torn troll. We a whole squad, patrol, that's bro. On the fly swatter, you the mad ass troll. She the boot heel, flatten that troll. Go home, go home, troll. Whole room, yeah, log off, troll. Log off, home, go, home, troll. Whole room, yeah, grab, troll. Troll busters is on patrol, troll patrol. Slam down, shut them out, tow that troll. Click clack, log them off, fold that troll. Whole chat, chanting now, roast that troll. Roast that troll. Troll busters on patrol, troll patrol. Yo, big boots, stomp them out, roll that troll. Cap lock, drag them out, scroll that troll. Crowd yell loud, we control these trolls. We control these trolls.
No trolls, no trolls, no trolls. Welcome to the Champagne City, baby. Let's get into it. And today we are starting off with our Joker's Wild. Now, for those of you who know, you know our Joker's Wild is our pre-show. And for this pre-show, y'all listen, I ran across this video and I said, okay, yeah, we got to talk about it. Ain't no way we cannot talk about this. Hold on, let me find it. 1 second. So I ran across this video, and this video is actually a video of one of y'all favorite rappers, NBA Youngboy, with his girlfriend, whoever she is. And I want us to take a look at this. There is no audio, but the reason I wanted us to look at this is because when we talk about there's a breakdown in the family structure, this is what I mean, because I need to understand where the uncles at, where the cousins, where are the brothers, where are the men that used to step up to the plate when the women in the family were being abused? Do you know where they went? They stopped stepping up to the plate because the women kept going back over and over and over again. One of the biggest problems that we're dealing with now, and I said one of these days we're going to have to do a talk yo shh. And the theme is going to have to be, what is your price? Can you be bought? Let me explain to you what I mean by that. We live in a day and age where everybody is trying to chase the bag. Everything is about the bag. See, when I was younger, it wasn't about chasing the bag. It was about chasing your future, your destiny. It was about laying a foundation for your children's children. It was about trying to succeed. It was about leaving your mark, creating a legacy. It's no longer about a legacy anymore. No, it's just about chasing the bag. And when you chase the bag, you'll do anything to get it and you'll do anything to keep it. That's why the Bible says the love of money. A lot of people say money is the root. No, there's nothing wrong with money, because the Bible also says money cureth all things. Get it? But the love of money is the root of all evil. Do you know why? Because a person who loves money will do anything to get it, including you. I had a guy that tried to talk to me recently, and he said, I'm looking for a woman that I can get money with. I'm almost 50 years old. What kind of thing is that as a man to say to a woman, I'm looking for somebody I can get money with? That is the most shallow pickup line, if you will, that you could ever come with. Do you know why? Because a real woman ain't trying to chase woman and ain't trying to chase money and ain't trying to get it. She's trying to establish a future. What I responded to him and said, I said, you know what? I don't deal with people that's trying to chase money and trying to chase a bag. Because when you're trying to chase money, you'll do anything to get it. I said, I'm trying to build empires. When you're trying to build an empire, you'll do everything you can to protect it. There's a difference. I'm not trying to get, I'm trying to protect what I have. Get it? So you have a lot of young people. I can't even say young people. You have a lot of people, because they are chasing the bag, once they feel like they've gotten it, they'll do anything to hold on to it. Cassie, Diddy, do we need to go on? I think a lot of times what they have a term for called Stockholm Syndrome, where you fall in love with your abuser. And a lot of it isn't falling in love with the abuser. A lot of it is the mindset. Where do I go after this? Y'all got to think about it. If Jay-Z is allegedly the monster that they are saying he is to Beyonce, right? If Beyonce said enough is enough, I'm sick of it, I'm not doing it anymore, and she could, where is she going to go after Jay-Z? Don't worry, I'll wait. You got to think about it. Some of these people can only go down after they leave the person they're with. Some of these individuals feel like they'll never attain another caliber of individual like this again with this kind of motion. So I want to hold on to the bag by any means necessary. But it takes me back to the beginning question. Where the brothers? Where the uncles? Where the fathers? So I want y'all to take a look at this. No audio, but I want you to tell me what you think. As you see the interaction between this young lady and NBA Youngboy. As you see, he's waiting for these gentlemen to get back on the elevator. Right there. Excuse me. That, first of all, this is why I keep telling ladies, babies, this is 2026. You better get some self-defense classes. Some pepper spray, some mace, bare knuckles, brass knuckles, some claws, blade in your lipstick. See, I'm a 76 baby. Back when we was young, they was teaching you how to put blades in your mouth. Y'all better figure out how to defend yourself, because nobody is standing up for you anymore. A lot of the problem is y'all ain't standing up for yourselves. And if we really gonna be honest, ladies, women, scoot on up. This our portion of the show. A lot of us cause this. And this is why a lot of people don't stand up for us. Because we go back over and over and over and over. Now all of a sudden we have men who are no longer here, uncles, cousins, brothers. Why? Because they stood up for you and you went back. She never would jail for 2,000, Alex. This is a reenactment of Diddy. What y'all don't understand is, for a lot of these men with money, a lot of times when some men reach a certain status with money and power, in their minds, they become invincible and untouchable. And at that level, it's no longer about love. It's no longer about passion. It's about possession. No man who loves a woman would do a woman like this. However, a man who feels like a woman is his possession because he has power, because he has status, because he has position, and because he has money, will continue to treat women like this. Do you know why? Because in this moment, in his eyes, you're not a woman. You're an object. I just don't understand why she not fighting back. YouTube, don't strike my child. This needs to be seen. Y'all do all this striking and removing, and we got to stop saying certain words. Do you not realize when you're not allowed to say the word, you take away from the gravity of the moment? No, he didn't grape her. He raped her. Do you see the difference in the sound? You devalue and take away from what happened when you censor and make people block stuff out and keep stuff from being seen. This needs to be seen so that this generation can see, and the mothers of this generation can see what our people are willing to do for a damn bag and put up with. But he loves her for real. Really? I think Tina fixed that for us when she told us what's love got to do with it. If love is getting you tossed across a damn floor, kicked down the damn runway, like he kicking a field goal. If love got other men leaving in an elevator seeing this man getting ready to attack you, and they don't fly back off the elevator to run to your defense, baby, what the hell does love got to do with it when you're the one hurting and abused? Do we need to go back and get the slides about what love is? From 1 Corinthians 13, do we need to go back? Because clearly somehow y'all don't know what love is. I would wear orange proudly. I need y'all to hear me clearly. Y'all know my intros and stuff say hella hood with class. For real. I would wear orange proudly with a smile on my face before I ever be in a relationship with anybody. Male, female, friend, family, or foe. Where I gotta deal with this in order to have a bag. I will be at home alone with a dog, cat, bird, and a goldfish, broke, in the middle of a field, off grid, with no electricity, before I live in a mansion with millions and I gotta walk around with bruised ribs and black eyes because he giving me a bag. Are y'all cool? Do it make sense when I say it out loud? Girl, swing, kick, punch, scratch. She's bleeding. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I would have been kicking, screaming, fighting. Y'all, self-defense classes. Baby, if you scared to fight back, you better go sign up for some self-defense classes. This is 2026 and you are no longer protected. A lot of it is our fault. We ain't gonna sit back and act like we all victims. Oh, poor us. No, a lot of this is our fault. A lot of this is consequence of our choice. If we gonna talk about it, let's talk. Scoot up. A lot of us need to sit back and understand that what we got was a consequence of what we chose. We knew it was crazy when we chose it. But we thought crazy was cute until crazy went crazy on us. We thought it was cute when crazy went crazy on baby mama. Somehow you thought your putty tat was going to turn crazy sweet. I don't know if that was the ghost of Mabel. I don't know if somebody peeked out and said nope. Because we're in a day and age where everybody minds the business that pays them. Hit that nigga in his eye. Just swing, punch him, girl. Where's her aunties? If she ain't got no uncles that's gonna step up to the plate for her, where the aunties at? Where? I said the same thing the other day when we was looking at the whole thing that happened to Nitro Camden. I said the same thing then. There's no way in heaven, hell, or beyond that baby could have been my nephew. And I would have got alive looking at how his mama was doing him on that live in front of all them people. Bitch, meet me in the street. And that's on me. Over one of mine that I share blood with, I don't care if I pushed it out or not. Let me find out something going on with one of my nieces or nephews. Please. You better call all the ABC boys. Please explain to me. Where's the uncles? Where's the daddies? Where's the brothers? Even if you don't check him, you should at least check her. Some family should at least be standing up. See, that's the way old school family used to do. That was back in the day. You know, back in the day when you used to be able to borrow sugar. Now you ask somebody for some sugar, they turn their nose up at you. Back in the day when the community was really the damn community. Y'all talk that community stuff now. Where is it? Where? When a nigga can beat up on a woman because he got money and nobody do nothing. I don't care because this is NBA and the young boy. Where the uncles at? Where the brothers? Where the aunties? And after you finish snatching him up, baby, my family would have snatched me up if I would have went back. Let's talk about it. What happened to the family? We ain't watching nothing but Diddy 2.0. What's the difference between this and what we saw with Diddy with Cassie? What's the difference? Because he ain't got on no tie? I ask the question again. Can you be bought? What's your price? What's your price? Because it seems like in 2026, everybody has a going price. Is the bag worth it? The bleeding. Is it worth the money you getting? Bruises. Being slung like a rag doll. Is it worth it? What's your price? If somebody walked up to you right now and said, I want to do blase, just the worst thing you could think of, and I'll pay you whatever you want to allow me to do this to you. That boundary crossing thing that you said, I know you fucking lied. What's your price? Do you have one? Because morals and standards are at an all-time low. Right now, what's at an all-time high is the almighty dollar with several zeros behind it. So I get, now he got his arm around her. Look, see what I mean? Why ain't she screaming to high heaven? He done just, you told Harpo to beat me, looking ass this, and go right back. Right back. Why? Because where does she go from here? Where? You gonna get another NBA young boy if you walk away? This is the mindset of these young people. Old people too. This is the mindset now. If I walk away, can I get another one that can do this for me? So I stay and deal with the abuse. I won't report it. I won't call 911. I won't do anything. But I stay because the bag is worth more. Drop in the comments and let me know what you think about this. This is sad and angering. Drop in the comments and let me know what you think. What happened to the family structure? Where's the family to step up to the plate in this? Both of them. Both of them. I came from a different time. Time when the whole family would check you if you out of order. Oh, you got disrespectful with your mama? Man, all the uncles pulling up. What you mean? All the aunties pulling up. What are you talking about? You mean we done jumped this nigga and you went back? Oh yeah, you gotta come see us. What do you mean? What happened to the family? That's been our Joker's Wild. We're getting ready to get into our main show. Y'all know we're getting back into Lulu and this interrogation. So make sure y'all glasses are filled to the rim. Hold on one second. Make sure you're nice and comfy. I just gotta check something really quick. Okay. Here we go. Make sure your glasses are filled to the rim. Make sure you're nice and comfy. And without further ado, we're getting ready to get into the main show. Let's go.
Police! Help! Police! Help! Police! Help!
Here we go again.
All right, y'all, gather around, bring your things, come on in, and let's get ready to get into it. So y'all know we have been going through this whole body cam situation and interrogation of Lulu in the death of stepdaddy Dro, Tyrone Davis. Y'all know back in the day when this broke, it seemed like a long time ago. We covered this extensively. Now that the interrogation has dropped, of course, we wanted to get into it. So for those of you who may not be familiar with Tyrone Davis and Lulu in this story, this is the story of a young couple who left to go on a romantic Christmas vacation. Something happened. He didn't come back. She did. Story she gave was he stepped out of a moving car in the middle of an argument. The car was going approximately 25 miles per hour. If it's a lie, it's hers. He stepped out of the car holding pizza in his hand and died. She didn't see when he stepped out of the car whether he stepped out on 2 feet or whether he stepped out on his back. She don't know, right? So, listen. We getting ready to get into it. What I wanted to show you guys first. Y'all know me, I gotta pull out my boards. Y'all know how I do. Listen, let me explain something to y'all. Now, I took the liberty for myself to create some boards. Welcome in, my love. Thank you for joining. So glad to have you. Welcome to the Champagne City. So, y'all know the golden chapeau is on the screen. Now, I got to move it for a second because I need y'all to see this. Now, this is absolute foolish. And I keep telling y'all, the police are trash everywhere. Like, it's every case. It ain't just Nolan. It ain't just Carmelo Anthony. Every single case that we have been seeing, it seems like the police been taking a smoke break. I don't know what's going on exactly, but please explain to me how a person can step out of a moving vehicle 25 miles per hour. 25 miles per hour when you're in a vehicle seems like you're going slow. But if you attempt to step out of that vehicle, you will realize how fast it's actually going. Now, I want you to explain to me how an individual steps out of a moving vehicle, right? You see, close your eyes. See, I keep forgetting. I got to paint the picture. Close your doggone eyes. You in a car. You in a passenger side. You know the way the seat goes. You're sitting in the seat. You're facing forward. The door is to the side of you. So if you take your hand, your right hand, your eyes closed, open that door, right? Now take your foot, sis, just the right one, not the left, just the left, the right. Step out. Just don't get out. Just put your foot out, right? Okay. The car is still moving, so I need you to picture the car moving forward. Your foot, sis, stepping out. The foot, the right one, the moving vehicle. First thing is going to happen because the car is moving forward, right? When your foot goes out and touches the ground, the momentum is going to pull because the car is going forward. Am I making sense? Does it make sense? Your foot is going to pull backwards because the car is going forward. So explain to me, if you've been pulled backwards because your foot goes out the car, explain to me how you get damage to the back of your head and not the front. Don't worry, I'll wait. Yeah, close your eyes. Your foot on the ground. So the ground is literally pulling you out the car, right? Because you've made contact and you're outside the moving vehicle. You're in a stationary place because the ground doesn't move. The car does. Does it make sense? The ground doesn't move. The car does. So the minute your foot touches something stationary, it almost acts as a suction in the opposite direction to give you a visual. So it is going to pull you out the car, but it's going to pull you out in the opposite direction. If you step out of the car, right? Which means the front of your face is going to hit the ground. Maybe the side of your face may hit the ground, not the back of your doggone head. Now, if I'm in that car and I'm arguing, right? I'm arguing with the driver. The driver pushes me out the car. And I go out the car back first. I can have an injury to the back of my head. Because if I go out the car back first, my back is flat. I'm not going to roll. I'm going to roll if I come out the car flying and I'm in the air. I'm rolling when I hit the ground because there's nothing stopping me like your foot did when it came out the car. Now listen, I ain't a forensic specialist. I just watch enough Dexter like I think he was my best friend or something. That's all I'm saying. And I've been in enough cars. And I've been angry enough to almost step out of a car on somebody and the car was still moving to know there's no way you can step out of a moving damn vehicle and get damage to the back of your head and nowhere else. Now, let's continue. Because I want to make sure I paint the picture for y'all. So, we want to look at the autopsy, right? Excuse me. Let me make this bigger for y'all. We covered this before, but for the sake of those who are new to the city, hold on, let me just make it big for you. Okay. Basic facts. He was 35, 5'7", 229 pounds. That makes a difference too in exiting a vehicle. The height, the weight, and whether you roll, how hard you're going to hit, how many times you're going to roll, depending on how fast you're going, right? So let's continue. So, the official cause manner, cause of death, complications of blunt head trauma. Now, here's where I have another problem, right? It was my understanding that blunt head trauma had to come from hitting something blunt. The concrete is not blunt. It's flat. Am I wrong? If I am, please let a forensic pathologist come and say, no, the concrete would be considered blunt head trauma as well. Manner of death, accident. How injury occurred, ME's exact wording, exited moving vehicle. Now, please explain to me how the ME saw that damage and said that that damage came from exiting a moving vehicle, the injury to the back of the head. Let's continue. So, the main parts of the autopsy: multiple blunt force injuries, mild to moderately severe coronary artery, I'm not pronouncing that word, some plaque buildup in the heart arteries, that's common, mild aortic atherosclerosis, I think that's how you pronounce it, pulmonary congestion and edema, lungs were full of fluid, blood, typical after severe head trauma. I would love to know how long it was in there. If they determined whether it was in there before the accident or after. That wasn't in the autopsy, but that is a question that I would be trying to determine if I was a detective and I was investigating this case. I would want to know, well, that's not normal for the lungs to be full of blood, even though it could be normal after a head trauma. How long was the lungs full of blood? You would want to know this. You would want to know this because it would tell you if a person was pushed out of a vehicle still breathing and conscious or not. Hemorrhages in the tracheal mucosa, the small bleeding in the windpipe lining. Now, why would you have bleeding in the windpipe lining from a head injury? Could it have been from a fracture? But if there was a fracture, then it would have been on the autopsy report. And there's no diagram or anything on the autopsy to show any injury to the neck. So why would you have bleeding in the windpipe lining? Interesting. Status post extraventricular drain and intracranial pressure monitor. These were hospital life support devices placed in his skull after the injury. Let's continue. Alcohol is positive in the blood at 29 mgs. This is very low, nowhere near legally intoxicating. There was ketamine and norketamine positive in both antemortem blood and postmortem blood and urine. So the report does not say where the ketamine came from. It could have been given by the hospital staff because it's kind of commonly used as an anesthetic, a sedative in trauma cases, or it could have been present before the incident. No other drugs were detected. Now, as a detective, I would be asking, well, why is there ketamine? Did you put it there? How much was in the system? Was there more in the system than what you put in there? Internal examination. There were skull fractures, acute fractures of the right parietal bone, top right side of the skull, right? Top right side. I need you guys to listen to the placements of these injuries on the head. Acute fractures in the middle and posterior compartments. Hold on. My bad. So, this basically shattered the base of the skull. This is what, or the injury that the family and everyone is talking about. Explain to me how you get an injury to the top right side of your skull. Falling out of a car. Or stepping out of a car. Did you exit the car head first? I'm confused at these injuries. And I'm confused as to why an ME would see these injuries and say accident. How? You look at it. Top right corner. And in the back. But he stepped out of a moving vehicle. Maybe the problem is Lulu really ain't specifically said how he got out the car. She just said he got out. She didn't say whether he took his foot and stepped out or whether he threw his body out sideways. Like he was mad. So he just, cartoon character, lurched his body out the car from a seated position. Because outside of that, explain to me a head injury to the top right. External examination. There was abrasions to the posterior back aspect of the scalp, contusion, bruises between the eyes. That could be caused from the rear head injury. Bilateral, parietal, whatever that word is. The raccoon eyes around both eyes. Problem again. Now let me explain something to y'all. One of my fields of expertise is personal care, right? I'm an administrator. As a matter of fact, I help people build personal care agencies, right? So, one of the things that I learned about injuries, because a lot of times clients, members, patients can fall off of a bed, right? Raccoon eyes is caused by an injury to the head. If I'm not mistaken, let me look it up. It's to the top. Because I want to be clear. There's a lot of times people have been injured by caregivers, and caregivers would try to say that the member fell off the bed, and we would inform them there's absolutely no way for them to fall off the bed and get that kind of injury. That's a sign that they have been abused by someone, unless you're telling me they're abusing themselves. Give me 1 second. So the injury for the raccoon eyes, classic association is a basilar skull fracture, a fracture involving the bottom portion of the skull, particularly around the anterior cranial fossa, right? So if a caregiver or someone tells you your family member has raccoon eyes, right? But they fell face first and hit the ground and got raccoon eyes, it's impossible, because that injury may cause a fractured nose. When your nose is fractured, you can get bruising, but it's going to be underneath the eyes. It's not going to be the entire eyes like the raccoon completely black. It's not what that injury causes. You have to stop and think about the makeup of the face. If I fall face first, right? What is the one thing that's protruding from your face? Your nose. So if I fall face first, the first thing that's going to be injured is my nose. The nose injury presses back into everything else. If the nose is shattered, the next thing that gets hit is the rest of the face, but the nose has to go first, right? You can't get raccoon eyes from a front facial injury. You can only get it, from an injury or a hit to the back of the head. This makes even more sense when you say an individual died because they stepped out of a vehicle and fell back and hit their head and was no more. How? Stepping out of a car. Raccoon eyes make sense. But how do you look at the raccoon eyes and surmise, come to the conclusion, form a hypothesis, and finalize it? That, oh yeah, it makes sense that he stepped out of the car and that happened. So what the report means for the case. The medical examiner fully agrees with Gainesville Police. This was an accident caused by Tyrone exiting a moving vehicle and suffering blunt force trauma on impact. Makes no sense. Because a moving vehicle, even if you came out of the car, you would roll. So that would mean I need you to look at these diagrams. There's no damage anywhere else on his body. How could this happen coming out of a moving vehicle? How? And the only thing injured is your head? Make it make sense. Now I wanted you to be able to see them, the injuries up close. You see the abrasion at the back of the head. There was no sign. There's nothing that says laceration. I want you to see this. Nothing that says a hole in the back of his head. Nothing that states you could see the skull beneath the skin, the brain. Nothing that says the back of his head opened up. So again, you want to state to me that this man lost his life exiting a vehicle and he hit his head so hard on the concrete. Now, here is where we discuss the difference between potentially the concrete and a potential bottle, a Hennessy bottle, something that may not break upon impact with a human head, right? Explain to me how he exited a moving vehicle, hit the ground, but the back of his head didn't burst open upon impact. Concrete. Nothing on his back. Nothing on his arms to suggest that he hit the ground and rolled. Nothing on his knees. Those scabs were stated to be unrelated to the cause of death. If you look at the bottom. The holes on the bottom left picture, those were hospital wounds. The scrapes on his feet, already there. So explain to me how he has all of these injuries to his head, but nowhere else. All right. So I wanted to show you guys that, so that for those of you who are not familiar with this case, or you hadn't actually seen the autopsy report, you would be able to understand why everybody is saying this case makes absolutely no sense at all. That the Gainesville Police and the ME are stating this was accidental. Even given the ME report itself, that makes no sense. Even given if you look at this diagram on the screen, where I try to create scenarios, And also remember, this was allegedly done while he was holding a box of pizza. That a man is going to get out of a car. He's so mad. He gonna get out the car with the pizza in his hand. Also remember, on the side of this street, there is a concrete guardrail, metal wall, bunker type barrier. And there's no blood or anything on the barrier. Also keep in mind that on our last live we discussed, this is not the first time. This is only the first death. Lulu had another boyfriend, allegedly, shout out to Nothing But the Truth TV, who was ejected out of a vehicle. She was driving after she, quote unquote, reached down to grab a phone off the floor, and she crashed into a wall. He was ejected, and she went rolling and tumbling and rolling and tumbling. Yeah. So we're going to get back into it. Yeah, I got y'all things ready. You ready to get into it? Grab your glasses. Let's toast.
Still has a pulse and he's breathing in the recovery position.
Let me get back to our part. Hold on. We were about 49 minutes in.
The car wasn't like a concern for him being suicidal or something happening. It's more of like, I know that he was mad and he just wanted to get away from me. Right. To where like it didn't, it surprised me to the extent to where he never did that while he was mad at me specifically. But it was more of like, I know he will jump out the car. I've seen him hanging out, him jumping out of the car, his friends saying like, T2, you just jump out the car, or like past stories that they had said. So
this frustration, right, in that moment, I mean, was it your intent to hurt him?
Of course not. No.
Was your intent to, you know, again, just speed off from him and help him get out the door faster?
No, of course not. No, never. Because like I said, the fact that he even did that, he's never gotten out of the car during anger, so I wouldn't, like, it's, you know how sometimes someone can be frustrated with someone doing something all the time and they might have done that, but no, it would have, no.
I mean, but you do say it's possible you could have accelerated just because of you were frustrated
after the door closed,
but not
yes.
Right, but not to the point of like you want to hurt him, like you want to. Okay.
Yeah, I just said the possible because it's like if you're mad, like it's like driving off like that, you know, like we all know
like speeding off,
it's like speeding off, like just something like that. So not
now
like,
I want y'all to remember that she just broke down their lie. You remember when we were dealing with criminal villains, and you remember when we were listening to all the friends who were on Criminal Villains Live talking about he always jumped out of a vehicle that was moving while they were in arguments or anytime he felt like it. This was the thing. So now we're hearing her here contradict all of that. This is why when we had our live and our discussion, I told y'all it fell off to me from the beginning when all of a sudden all these quote unquote friends and advocates and this person know this person all of a sudden come out with all these stories. Lulu's contradicting it now. She didn't come out then to defute and say, nah, y'all, get up off my man. My man ain't never jumped out of no moving vehicle in the middle of no argument. He ain't never done that. I ain't never told nobody that. Y'all can say what y'all want to say about me, but don't lie on my man. Not one time did she come out and defute it, but she's defuting it now.
Gas or nothing like that, but just maybe it's more accelerated as opposed to, like you said, the example of if we weren't arguing, he jumped out of the car, I definitely probably would have stopped in spot to figure out what was going on unconsciously. I would not unconsciously, but even though traffic's flowing, I wouldn't cared about that. I would have stopped immediately to go ahead and like, what's going on type of situation.
What if you learned?
She's lying because if she would have stopped then, she would have stopped when he got out the vehicle. I told y'all, we dealing with women. Now I need y'all to think about human behavior, right? It's a woman right here. If she didn't stop when he got out the car, why would she have slowed down in the middle of anger? Get it? This is a woman. And I already told y'all in the last live, women ain't letting you walk away and she still got something to say or feel some kind of way. We in the middle of an argument and you just gonna walk off? Yeah, that doesn't happen too many times. Yeah, she gonna follow you, hang up on her. She gonna blow up your phone. She gonna blow up your text message. She may just pull up at your house because why you playing with her? You telling me in the middle of an argument, this woman let this man exit a car? Oh, so you just gonna jump out a moving car while we arguing? That would have sent me to the roof and beyond. 9 times out of 10, the minute he opened that door to step out, that woman was hitting that brake. Number one, because you done threw the damn car door open in the middle of traffic and you about to tail my damn car. Ain't no woman finna keep driving. She's subject to jump out the moving car with you. The police would be showing up for a different reason.
Physics is physics.
Yeah.
Right? And autopsies will happen and it will be concluded like the reason for his death will be determined.
Yes.
Right? And whoever's going to be examining him, they're going to have everything they need. They're going to have documentation of the officers on scene, how he was found, the injuries he sustained, all those things. That's going to happen. Okay, it is what it is.
Yeah.
We're going to come to that conclusion here, right? What if you learned that as a result of you, let's just say the worst case scenario here, that you did accelerate, and that kind of cause and effect, right? Yeah, he's already exiting outside the door, right? He made that decision, sure.
Yeah.
But what if you learned that it was the acceleration that kind of made things worse? How would that make you feel?
I would be even more heartbroken because it's just like I already feel like, because he typically is the one who drives us. So the fact that I was even driving to even be in that situation for him to jump out and me actually being a part of the reason why it would crush me, because it's just like I don't want to see any harm to him. And it's just like thank God the ambulances, everything was coming from the direction that I was in, because
once again, we are about 52 minutes in and I do not recall her saying, I love him. This is the love of my life. Yeah, we argue. Yeah, what couple doesn't? But I love him. We have a future. We were planning a life together. There is no me without this man. You hear none of that in her talking. Matter of fact, I haven't heard her say I love you yet.
I would eventually, drove down because maybe he went the opposite way, but it put more of a speed to me to see what was going on, because it's like I'm just taking it as he's just mad. Like I'm just looking at it as just a different argument. He's mad and wanting space, and it's just like to go back. Like I already feel like a piece of me died when he died, but to hear that I was a part of that, even unintentionally, would make me. Just the thought of it just makes me so uncomfortable, because it's like how can that's not what I tried to do, and it was just, I don't know, just the thought of it, it just is like, it makes me uncomfortable at just the thought, because
what
it's
the
just
hell?
like,
What in the, what was that? What in the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde did we just watch? Did she just go from full-fledged crime to irritated in less than 2.2 seconds? Hold on 1 second. No, y'all gotta hear it. Rewind a little bit.
I already feel like a piece of me died when he died, but to hear that I was a part of that, even unintentionally, would make me. Just the thought of it just makes me so uncomfortable, because it's like how can That's not what I tried to do. And it was just, I don't know, just the thought of it. It just is like,
what just, I don't know, just what he was trying to do. I don't, just the thought of it is just irritating. What the hell? And they still mark this an accident? At this point, I feel like they need to go over whoever head at the police department. Get the FBI involved, somebody. Matter of fact, at this point, investigate the police department. If you listen to this girl sitting in this interrogation and turned around and still said, yeah, she's innocent. It's an accident. We just watched this girl morph. And there's Progressive said, I wonder though if far-fetched if she told him some hard truths which could push a man to leap. Yes, I'm fucking somebody and everybody else. You don't satisfy me. I had better. I'm done. Yeah, that's possible, but I still don't see no man jumping out of no moving car because of that. I'm sure I could see a man saying, man, pull this car over. And I ain't gonna tell you again to pull this car over. We gonna tear up this car if you don't pull it over. I can see him crashing the car with both of them in it. But jumping out of a moving vehicle because she told you she messing with somebody else? Nah. So I'm going to put my life in danger because you messed up? Nah, I can't see no man doing that. Now, I don't see men being that green. I just don't. Not that much. Now, there's some out there, but yeah, no. Not moving out of a moving vehicle. But for her to sit here and go from crying to a straight composure, diabolical.
It makes me uncomfortable at just the thought, because it's just like, never in my life would I ever put him in a position to die or to be hurt in that way. And to hear that I was a part of that, I already feel guilty, and I wasn't the one who pushed him out the car. I wasn't the one who opened the door. I wasn't any person that had any process of that part of it. And it's like I already feel guilty because I was the one that was driving.
A woman who really loves a man would have felt guilty because of the situation they had been in that would have put him in a position to feel like he would have needed to get away from her. A woman who really loved a man would have felt guilty because she would have felt like this was her fault because he was trying to get away from her. A woman who really loved a man would have felt guilty that their whole trip they had argued to the point where he needed to get away from her. A woman who really loved a man would have felt guilty that she didn't give him no putty tat. And that was the reason they were arguing, was because he wanted to be intimate with her, allegedly, and she was pushing him away. So her pushing him away and not wanting to be intimate would have made her feel guilty, number one, because I didn't get a chance to feel my baby again. But number two, because my man is now gone because I didn't want to give him none. And that's what caused the argument. Get it? This girl wasn't in love with this boy. Never was. He was a business partner. He might have been in love. For her, he was a business arrangement. Would she have spent the rest of her life with him? Yep. Would she have cheated on the side? Yep. There's a chance she could have been faithful. Because, you know, the bag talks in 2026. Didn't we just talk about that in the Joker's Wild? There's a chance she might have stayed faithful to him for the sake of holding on to the bag. He's a transaction. That's why she didn't care that the transaction is now gone.
So to hear that me accelerating more made it worse with... I don't know.
Okay. Let me give you a minute. I know it's a lot to give. All right, let's give you a minute. I'm sorry.
I just want to say we're not saying that's what happened.
No.
We're not saying that happened at all.
But this is the thing. I know this is rough, and I only do this because we don't know yet,
Yes,
right?
I'm sorry. I think that's the thought. You just pressed me like.
Of course. But we just don't know yet, right? And I'm sorry I have to give you that possibility, but I just think we would not be.
A woman that loved a man would have thought about that scenario already, and she would still be crying. It wouldn't have been a new thought introduced into her head by a detective sitting in a detective interrogation room. She would have been crying since the moment it happened, because you know why? That thought would have already came to her head. Did my baby die? Because was I going too fast when did I do it? Oh my God, I showed y'all the hold on a second. Hold on. Can I go back without? Nope, it's gonna start me over. Hold on. That's all right. I'm gonna pull it up. Go ahead and continue watching. I'm gonna pull up the body cam for you so you can see, for those of you who haven't seen the body cam footage, so that you can see her behavior during the body cam footage, so that you can understand why I'm saying what I'm saying about her behavior. Now, you weren't crying at the scene. Why are you crying now? Because there was no love.
A good enough interview or like justice, because we're going to be asked questions, right?
Yeah.
Did we ask these specific questions to you? Because we have bosses, we have the answers to some people, and we want to know the truth. We want to get to the bottom of it as well. It's not just like, oh, did you do your job today? No, like we want to know what happened.
It's just almost like I can't. I think I just got emotional just because.
Of course, but I have to consider the possibility.
Yeah.
Right? I have to. I wouldn't be doing a good job if I didn't consider all possibilities.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if this. This is going to be upsetting, and I'm sorry, but I just have to ask, okay?
It's okay.
All right, take your time, take a breather.
We'll give you 2 minutes.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. No, you don't have nothing to be sorry about. Like,
it's not supposed to be. Baby, why are you not here with me? I'm about to get a question about yourself on New Year's Eve. Why did this happen? Oh my God. Oh my God.
Hey, she self-regulated real fast, didn't she?
Still have the pulse and he's breathing in the recovery position.
Oscar 12 for 43, we're gonna have. Goodbye. For 43, we're gonna have eastbound lane on Arthur Road flow from the I-75 bridge.
Now, I want you guys to see the body cam. So, went ahead and pulled it up so you guys can see this body cam. I want you to be able to see her behavior on this body cam. Again, shout out to Nothing But the Truth, the voice of reason. Please go check out her channel. That's where these body cams come from. That's where the interrogation footage comes from. Giving her all her props because she went and purchased this. So shout out to her. Please go check out her channel. Plus, she's a producer and a creator. And I love the way she designs and styles and all of that. So please go check her out.
This is either a single three or E-phone. Because none of the drivers here had. No one hit him as far as we know.
No. Were you guys the ones that saw him?
He saw him
first.
first.
I thought it was a trash bag at first. Hey, you got blood sugar? Okay. Get blood sugar on. He was just laying in the middle of the road. Okay. Is this your car right here? Yeah. All right, so you pulled up, you thought it was a trash bag, and you just saw him laying here?
Yeah, and so I stopped to put on the hazards, and then I got out and saw him, and then they came up and pulled up.
Pulled in the front?
Yeah.
Okay. Did he say anything to you?
No, he was just laying, like his money was flying.
Did you see any kind of debris around him or anything like that?
No, just the pizza.
On the back of the head? No, we don't know anyone that hit him. Oh, okay. So he's
some type of going drum in here, and then he has to spray it like he's good.
Okay, so nobody. Okay.
Hey, you want to take his property?
No, so go ahead, 66.
Let's start taking pictures of the scene before anything gets disturbed.
Yeah. Let's move over here before we can start taking some pictures of the scene. You got the pictures? Yeah, 157.
That's 57.
Guy out the window or something, I really just
We get to the point where she show up.
Before again, if it's a travel alert, they say that they don't see anything live streaming for now, but they're still transporting.
No. Where's Shan?
Where the tears? Where the concern? Where's the shivering? Where's the sadness? Where's the horror? Where's the distress? Where's the stress? Where's the confusion? Where's the overwhelmment? Where's the bewilderment? Where's the frustration? Where's any emotion that you would see from a woman whose man has just been seriously injured? Where? The panic. Where's it at?
down here, continue down the arm track.
Can we just see if he's stabilized? Are they going to stabilize him? Why
Clear words, clear sentences. She's not stuttering. She's not mixing up her words or her sentence. She's making it through a full sentence without stop or panic or needing to take extra breaths because she's about to hyperventilate. Nothing. No shivering in her voice or in her tone.
Can I just please get out reassurance, please?
He's actually in the room.
So that's what I wanted to show you of the body cam, of her behavior at the scene of the crime, so that you can understand what I'm saying about her behavior now. It's the same behavior. The only difference is now she's trying to sneak in tears. But it's hard to fake a cry continually, right? That's why it was easy for her to cry, pull out the cry, and go back into it. But then pull out of it again. And she does look like she's gained a considerable amount of weight. This is a far cry from the Lulu we've seen in videos and pictures with the figure eight body, hair consistently done, clothes, teeth. This is a different Lulu. Sometimes guilt can change your appearance. Allegedly. Sometimes guilt can eat away at you so much that you let yourself go.
Which one would you like? Or you can take multiple, I don't care.
Okay,
But
I'll take this one. Thank you.
You're welcome.
How's she able to eat, y'all? I wouldn't be able to eat a doggone thing. She munching away too. My stress level would have been stressed. No way I'd have been able to finish a whole bag of chips after these people just told me that I could potentially be the cause of the love of my life no longer being here. There's no way I could sit here and eat. But you know what? The problem is, I feel like maybe this is what she's been doing to deal with the guilt of it all. She's been guilt eating. That's why she gained weight. I guarantee you this is probably how she sits at home. Just like this. With chips and everything else. Kicked back on the couch. In full-blown depression mode, just sitting back eating snacks, junk food. Guarantee you. She ain't stopped yet. The level of crying that she just did, her stomach should be in knots. There's no way I'd be able to finish a whole bag of chips. Her stomach should be rejecting it. if she was really crying the way she just showed she was crying, her system should be rejecting this right now. Because it should still be too shaken up and distraught and in distress, trying to regulate, to try to figure out what to do with some chips. I wanted to show y'all her sitting so that you could see her behaviors and her mannerisms.
Yes, of course.
Press pause. You know what? In all honesty, the level of body heat she should be exerting right now from all of the crying and the hysterics and all of that, the level of body heat she should have generated should have kept her warm. That's just human behavior and emotion. Think about it. When you're worked up, are you hot or cold? So why, if she was really as worked up as she tried to show in this room, why she need a blanket? You may need a blanket after you come down, but why does she need it before? Why is she still trying to wrap up? Maybe because she's always been cold. Maybe because there's really no emotion to regulate. Maybe because this could be all for show, allegedly, to try to see if she could win over the detectives.
I'm okay. I'm just going to
Yeah, like I said, we have the bosses and such. Like, everyone's like, this is all recorded, so.
That makes sense.
I'm sorry we upset you earlier.
No, I think it's just, I'm just having it's just different things, you know, and it wasn't that. I mean, I guess I get what you're saying, but it's just like the thought of me being a part of that, like that is heart-wrenching, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna be straight up. We're gonna be asking more detailed questions. Okay. This is something we do with everybody.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to read you your rights.
Okay.
Okay. Because we're in here, we're asking detailed questions.
Okay.
Obviously, somebody's dead. We're investigating.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just gonna read you your rights.
You are free to go.
You are free to go.
And then I'll be part of it.
Okay.
It will tell you that.
Okay.
Again, we just want to make sure you're covered.
This doesn't mean you're in trouble. Doesn't mean you're going arrested. It doesn't mean any of that.
Okay.
Just say you're still free to leave whenever.
Okay.
All right. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be held against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights, not answer any questions or make any statements.
Okay.
All right. Do you understand all that?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And I also wanted to clear up, you guys asked me the dynamics of how our families viewed each other. I gave you that dynamic now of why, because of everybody's posting. But prior to that, they had nothing but positive things to say. They loved us. They always called me Miss Davis, like witnesses, because we both got the same last name. They adored, like, I don't know if adore is the right word, but they loved us, like, and me too. Well, that's how they made me feel, you know, so.
And thank you for clearing that up, because we don't want to portray it just so that we can fill a narrative ourselves.
Yeah.
I'm a truth seeker. I know that a lot of times on you see like shows and just a certain way movies. I'm a truth seeker, okay? I don't want to portray it any other way than what you're telling me. That's why I'll clarify.
And that's what I was thinking about. I'm like, well, before that everything was good, and now they're saying all this stuff and they're using any negative thing that they've known about me against me, because in the beginning of me and relationship this time around, like, he's super family oriented. So when we were arguing, he would tell them every time we would argue. He would tell them everything that we're going through. And my family doesn't have that same type of narrative because I wasn't telling them anything. Right. So it's nothing to judge them off of. So as much as his family, you know, if they would get mad or frustrated or kind of feeling some type of way about something, I wouldn't really know about it, like, you know, unless like later on down the line someone would tell me, yeah, they felt some type of way about that. But they didn't show that to me. Okay. But it's just like they had more.
Now, press pause. Let me say something to y'all real quick. If you are in a relationship your relationship is between you and the individual you're in a relationship with. If you have to invite someone else into your relationship for you to understand your significant other, there's a problem in your relationship. Some of y'all are new to the city. Y'all got to join us when we jump back in our Wellness Waves Wednesdays, where we're dealing with managing your ship. A relationship is two people on a ship learning to relate. You cannot relate to more than one person at a time, and you cannot relate to two people in the same manner. When you start taking your situations and pulling other people into the situation, what you're doing is inviting other people on your ship. Baby, this is the Love Boat, not Carnival Cruise. Your family, your friends, and everybody else should not be invited into your relationship. If you have an issue, watch this. When I was in a relationship, my significant other, we had this period of time where we were going through like spouts. And I mean, the arguments was bad. They was bad. So what I did was I said, you know what? We're going to create a safe space. I said, I need you to give me a safe word. He gave me his safe word, which was pineapples in, traditional Kevin Hart fashion. My safe word was pineapples as well. So if we were in the middle of a conversation or a discussion, and the discussion began to get too uncomfortable, we would use our safe word. The safe word didn't alleviate the argument. What the safe word said was, we need to take this argument into a safe space. So mentally, we created this safe space for us that when we said pineapples, immediately we're transported into this safe space where, okay, I gotta stop talking and let you talk. There's no argument in the safe space. There's no going back and forth. There's no taking shots. There's no negativity in the safe space. This is our space to figure out what the problem is. And it's us understanding this is going too far. And before it goes too far, where we can't pull back, or something goes irreparably, irrevocably wrong, let's take it to a space where we're understanding there's a problem. So when we're in that space, I let him talk. You tell me what the issue is. I listen. And I don't listen to respond. I'm listening to everything that's being said, not only the parts that I want to hear. When he's done, he allows me to speak. Once we're done, even if we come to the point where we don't completely agree, guess what? We're tabling this conversation in our safe space so that once we step out of the safe space, we don't discuss this no more until we're back in this space. A lot of y'all relationships are destroyed because y'all keep turning y'all love boat into a Carnival cruise ship. You keep allowing other people onto your ship. And you keep giving other people the permission and power to determine how you and your significant other relate on your ship. Do it make sense to you when I say it out loud? Keep folk out your business. If you need to talk to somebody, take it to God. If you can't communicate effectively with the person that you're with, maybe you need to change the person that you're with. How about them apples?
Negative situations that they knew about us to judge me for, hence to why they're using it or was trying to use it against me in this situation to try to paint this picture that I'm this person. Okay. When there's videos on Instagram or social media of you guys loving on me and supporting me. So it's just like, yeah, but his family loves me too, or showed that they loved me too, but.
Okay.
So has there never been any issues up until this incident?
As far as with family, yeah, because it's like little spats still where they didn't like me, like simple stuff. Like Tyrone getting mad one time because I didn't want him to drive my car. I wanted him to take his mom's car to take his kids out because I wanted to still be able to have access to a car, you know. And then his family members are very much enablers and involved.
Thank you for the gift, my love.
So back then, and I'm glad it's not like that anymore, but for a long time, for the first half or more than half of our relationship, they were very much involved in what we had going on. So.
And is that why you were reserved and didn't want to reach out to the family right away?
Yeah, because I just didn't know what was going on too. Also, it was more of I just didn't know. I really didn't
have the answers.
Yeah, I didn't, and I'm like, I didn't even think it was like anything serious, if I'm being honest. Like, I know, I mean, he got on a stretcher, that's normal protocol to go to the emergency room, so I'm not even really like thinking.
And I can tell you, when I was reviewing the video footage of you on scene, you seemed quite calm about that, right? Like, you didn't look like you were really in like an hysterics over it, right?
Yeah, because
And again, and that's why it's good to know what you were thinking, right? Because like, just an outsider looking, you can go, well, why isn't she very concerned, right?
Yeah, because I was asking him like, what happened, but I'm like, I'm not crying because it's like, I didn't think that it was like, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. That doesn't even make sense. Even for women, you got to think about human behavior. Let's take the crime itself off the table and just look at this from the aspect of human behavior. Women, your man is injured. It don't matter if you know how he injured or not. There's a paramedic there and your man is in it. How you acting? Don't worry, I'll wait. And for my champagne gang back there in the shadows that's not in the chat comment, yeah. The ladies, how y'all acting? You pull up and your man is in a paramedic. What do you mean he in a paramedic? What's going on? Babe, you good? Can he talk? What happened? Not one time did she ask what happened. Not one. There's no sense of urgency to find out what's wrong with her man.
I didn't even think that it was to that extent. And when I was in the in the mercy side thing, I kept asking the nurses, and of course looking back at it through HIPAA, they can't say anymore. I'm like, is everything okay? Like, and I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Like, so I'm just thinking like, you know, it's not anything bad, you know?
Okay. So part of us, like I said, we're trying to figure everything out. Part of answering all our questions is your cell phone.
Yes.
Would you be okay with us doing a download of your cell phone? Just to
yes, what would be the download for?
Just so we have every answer that can be, or every question can be answered. If somebody says like, were you Googling something or text messaging?
Oh, you're talking about like my searches and stuff?
Yeah,
like that?
Google searches, text messages, all that.
I mean, I don't think it should be a problem, but then it's like, now it has
Hey,
to,
this
like,
officer is stressing me out beating around the bush. I couldn't have been in this room. We need to download your phone to make sure, you know, you wasn't texting nobody during the time all this happened. You know, we need to check to see who you were communicating with, you know, to see if you searched anything. You know, you said you went to T-Mobile or wherever you went during the time. We just need to make sure. We need to check the GPS location on your phone. Sir, stop beating around the bush and tell this wench what she needs to know. We need to know what was happening in your phone during this time, period.
And you have to do it freely, right? So that's why we would go over the form with you.
Yeah, it's just
you know.
So it's just a consent to search cell phone. That's all it is.
And you can read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then searching is like you guys.
He should have just let her talk because she wasn't stumbling at all. See, sometimes men, y'all got to step aside and let the women do what the women need to do. Yeah, y'all scared to do it? Don't worry about it. He should have just let her handle it.
Yeah, what we do, we download. Yeah.
So we would get an exact copy, just so you know.
Okay.
We'll get an exact copy of your phone. That way we don't have to keep your phone.
Okay.
We can give your phone back. and we can go through the extraction, and we're going to look at the date of incident for the most part, okay?
Yeah.
If anything leads us to anything further, we have the contents of your phone, okay? I'm not going to lie to you. We have everything in there, everything in your phone. But what we're most concerned about is the moments leading up and that day of what happened.
Okay.
And we want to say, because guess what? Family is not happy, right?
Yeah.
His family have questions.
Yeah, for sure.
Understandably, they just lost their son. They are grieving.
Yeah.
And to me, if I didn't do anything wrong, right, I would consider consenting.
Yeah,
right? And
definitely.
I'm not saying, but I'm not saying it says one way to the other to us, because you have rights and you're going to decide what's best for you.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that it's going to be important for us to look at it so we could eliminate those possibilities or those questions.
Eventually, somebody's going to ask, well, did you look in her cell phone?
Right. Because the cell phones are everything right now, right? And every investigation we do.
Because if you remember, that was our first, right? Did they get the phone? Now, I also want us to remember at this time right now, this is after the incident. Now, I don't know how far after the incident she actually sat down with detectives, but this is after the fact. One of the things that she mentioned was his auntie being on social media and vloggers and all of this stuff. So I want to assume also that this interrogation might have happened after the stuff blew up on social media. One of the big channels, of course, was Nothing But the Truth TV. Another one was Messy Sweet Spot, and I think she did it on Criminal Noir and Criminal Villains, I think she did it on. But that's around the time it blew up. So this was done during that time, not the time of the initial incident.
On your phone, like it's
all the time,
right?
yeah.
Our phones are us. It's like what we do. So it would be negligent on our part if we do not ask about that and ask about the phone. What are you concerned about? Because I can see on your face.
I'm not concerned about anything. I just haven't been through this. So I was just gonna call his mom and just say, hey, is there anything and call my mom, because I've never been in this type of situation. So it's more like not necessarily. That's why I was saying yes, but then I'm like, well, I don't want to speak too fast, and they're like, why did you you know what I'm saying?
Girl, shut up. Because if this your man, you want to know what happened with your man, you came in here saying you wanted to clear yourself, give up the phone. You act like they your man and they gonna find out you been cheating. Cheating in the next room. That's what they gonna find out in your phone. They gonna find out that's what the argument was really about. Lulu. I think that's what the problem is. Maybe the true reason for the argument is really gonna come out because it's gonna be on the phone. Again, you gotta think about human nature. When a woman gets mad at her man, what's she gonna do? What's she gonna do? She gonna text her best friend and tell her best friend what the argument was about. Matter of fact, when she dropped him off at the hotel, she left. She gonna call her best friend. She gonna call somebody. If it's another nigga, she gonna call the other dude and tell the other dude what her man just got into it about. This is why she hesitant to give up that phone. Boy, these phones get us in trouble, y'all. We be doing too much in our phones. See, they knew what they was doing when they came up. We didn't get caught up this much when we had flip phones. That's all I'm saying. Our whole life is in our doggone phones. They can find out where you were at 6 o'clock this morning by the GPS in your doggone phone. They can find out how many people you was arguing with, how many people you done slept with because you sent too many messages. Yeah, I'm starting to think these phones is traps.
Because it's nothing, but it's just like.
Do you need a minute to think about it?
No, you guys can stay here. I just wanted to be able to call my mom and his mom and kind of.
Now the thing is, we typically don't. I mean, you are an adult, right?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it could also hurt in the sense of like, okay, did she only consent because this person told her to? Could you argue that, right? And we have to look at that legally.
Thank you so much. I just was looking for the support, but I mean, I have nothing to hide, so that's no problem.
Well, you have to do it freely, voluntarily. I can't coerce you.
Yeah.
I can tell you what could be problematic for us, but that's something that we have to deal with, okay? Yeah. But I can tell you, I am not forcing you right now, and not saying you have to give me this consensually. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
You would have to do that on your own accord, okay?
Yeah.
If you decide to, great. We'll take it. We'll get it downloaded. The person's here right now, and we get the pen, and we can just get that taken care of. So I just want you to know, for me, I'm not going to be on camera saying I made you do X, Y, Z.
Yeah, and I don't feel that way. I think I know I'm an adult. I just was looking for support in that moment because it kind of like that's why initially I was like, there's no problem, but then I second guess just because it's like I have never been in a situation like this in my life, and I just don't want to. Right? Yeah, you just don't know. So that's just literally where my fear comes of, just the unknown. Yeah.
And I'm not judging you on it. I'm just saying I want you to know it's not the pressure shouldn't be coming from us.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. But no, I don't mind. I don't have anything on it. And this is
That's just the phone.
Yeah. I think it's a 16 Pro.
Yeah, if you don't know the social or the serial number, all that.
Okay.
I'll put in the CR number.
Okay.
Do you have a pin for the phone?
A pin, like a passcode?
Yeah, sorry, pin,
yeah.
pin, password.
Yeah.
Just need your signature there. And you've read through it and understand.
No, yeah, let me just look at it again.
Sign. And then print your name.
Can I take a picture of this?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll show them that way.
No worries. Listen, I wouldn't want to be on that side of things.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not one to trick people either. Okay.
No,
I will tell you exactly.
You know, honestly, cops sometimes have a bad route because they'll be like they're trying to trick you. But I mean, I don't really feel anything because I don't do anything. You understand?
Yeah.
So it's not anything that I feel like.
Okay.
But,
well, that helps. Not everybody else's. Yeah, like you said. Alright. So that's that you signed or took a picture, and let me just make sure everything was filled out correctly. Phone number, Apple, the type.
I think it's a 16 Pro. Yeah.
What color is it?
It's white.
Drop in the comments and let me know. Put one champagne glass in the chat if you feel like allowing detectives to do a drop on your phone is smart. In these situations, put 2 champagne glasses in the chat if you think it's not smart and should never be done, and get my attorney on the line. Let me know. Which one do you think is smarter?
Alright, yep. Hold on, I'm just trying to think. So you got that, those, anything else right now? You're gonna get that to
I'll
Ronnie?
give this to Ronnie.
Alright, and you have the phone?
Is that?
Okay, we're gonna give it to Ronnie. So luckily what time is it even?
It's 5:30.
Okay, luckily we tracked him down because we wouldn't want to delay getting that done. And with it being a holiday technically, he was here, so hopefully that goes quicker than other times, because sometimes we have people leave their phone. And I'm like, I can get it back to you tomorrow, and then gets delayed.
Well, I'm glad because I was after I left there, I was going back to Orlando.
Okay, I
so,
figured.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I had only been around.
We don't want you to be without your phone.
Yeah.
But it does help. That way we can get the copy of it, and we don't have to keep it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I'm just trying to think of, like I said, it's just check boxes. It is his investigation. I'm just kind of helping out today.
No, makes sense.
I work child cases. So
No,
this is
so it's different.
Yeah, it is different than what I'm used to doing.
I do have questions. Like, at what point are you guys able to share, like, what witnesses said or anything, just so I can have that type of clarity of what happened to him? Because they're sending around screenshots saying that he was hit by a sedan. Someone sent that to me, that his family's posting that, and I'm like, it looks like I downloaded Traffic Break or whatever, because I guess that's like an app that gives like news feeds of a city or whatever.
Okay.
Because I actually got screenshots on my phone I could show you. So I was trying to figure out where the actual screenshot came from, because it had that date, but then it had it as like 2-something some 2-something p.m. or whatever.
Would you mind showing us?
Of
once you
course,
get it
I'll
back?
show it to you.
Okay.
Yeah. So
because I'm interested to know, because I don't know how many people have come forward for him in his investigation. I didn't really get all that from him.
Yeah.
I wasn't even expecting to meet you today.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because we're so short-staffed today. It's like, hey, help him out.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But I can tell you that you would be entitled to a copy of this report, right?
Yeah.
And you would be able to see what witnesses had stated.
Yeah.
But it won't be until it's written.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And then, like, now the initial police report, it should have been written in the system.
Because I submitted.
You were given.
I requested it, but I didn't get it. I didn't get it though. Yeah.
Well, it's the holidays, and like, I'm just saying, like, people are slow going right now.
But maybe you can help me understand too, because I submitted a request online and I got an email saying that it was completed, but it was nothing attached to it.
Right. So they completed, meaning you submitted it and they've received it. It's going to be a minute. It's not going to be automatic.
But really, because I got that email saying that it was completed, but this is a whole nother one, so I can show it to you once my phone's back.
I don't know how
it. I just talked to Ronnie, our phone guy.
Yeah.
I guess your phone has 277 gigabytes. I don't know. That doesn't mean much to me. I'm not a technological.
It's a lot of stuff in there.
It's
a lot of pictures and stuff like that.
So he said it's going to take a while to download.
Like how long is a while?
Like probably pick it up tomorrow.
I'm going back to Orlando. Yeah, I'm headed back to Orlando.
Remember I told you these things sometimes are...
Can I bring it? Well, it probably doesn't work like that. But can I bring it to somewhere in Orlando and they download it?
I wish. But I don't have connections like that. Damn, that sucks. Would he be able to know for sure once he attaches it, like once he gets it hooked up?
Yeah, can I
you know, sometimes it says like...
Yeah, you said he was going to plug it in right now,
Okay.
We'll find out.
Okay.
After that.
Because I was like, I don't want to have to keep sending money, you know, like it's become more expensive and spend extra money on hotels and stuff like that.
Do you work?
I'm actually not working right now. I'm on disability because of my ankle. So my income is drastically cut. So it's like money is a little bit different. Yeah.
I hear you. Okay. Give us a minute.
There it is. I told y'all she looked a lot different. That money different. Money different because he was the money. He was the bank. So for everyone, you know, all the friends that came out talking about Lulu had money and Lulu had motion and Lulu had this and Lulu had that and Lulu didn't need Dro and da-da-da-da-da. Well, kind of looks like now that Dro's no longer here, her motion is no longer there. What y'all think?
Make sure he can reach us once he gets that answer, because I don't want to delay telling her how long it will be.
Okay, so
I'll be right back. Do you need to use the bathroom at all?
No, I'm okay.
All right. Hey, you want to make sure you can reach us.
Y'all think she thinking about what's in that phone? Y'all think she wondering if she deleted everything? Got rid of everything she needed? Thinking about that last message she sent before they came in?
We have an answer. It's 5 hours. Is there any numbers you would want out of the phone before we go and attach it? The sooner we get it in, the sooner that will get done. The 5, yeah. Now, it's not the worst. I've seen longer, but like, it is
crazy.
5. I know.
And you said any numbers?
Yes, you wanted to know. You didn't want to take it without.
Yeah. But I don't have a number to call them though. I don't have a phone to call them on.
Right. I mean, if you needed to call someone from here, we would let you. We would give you our phones if you needed to.
Well, I know my mom's number like for emergency, but like just killing time to talk, I wouldn't choose the phone. So, yeah.
Alrighty, so you know your mom's number from?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Alrighty, Mom.
Fast forward through some of this.
A moment in time.
Here's There's no way I could sit this quiet and still.
Because again, it's not my case, I'm assisting. But it's important for me to kind of know what, I don't like to go into anything without having my facts straight. Okay. And I can tell you, I've been doing this job detectives, I just got back up here, but total, let me brag, okay? Like, what, 6-7 years total.
Hey, let me explain something to y'all real quick. Quick, pro quo, whatever. Whenever a detective comes in a room and starts telling you how long they've been a detective and how long they've been at it, something ain't about to go well. Something about your story don't add up to them. And they need to let you know before you repeat the story that doesn't add up to them that something you're saying isn't right.
Doing detective work, okay? And I know I don't work these kind of investigations, but I've been in this interview room I don't know how many times with people. And I would like to believe that I do have a good understanding of people. And I can pick up on things, and I'm a decent judge of character, okay? Or I know when people are lying to me or whatever the case may be. Not 100%, right? But I'm pretty decent at it, like I said. Luckily, Dose had some video footage that I was able to look at. Okay, and so I know you were asking about what witnesses may have seen. I don't have those answers for you because again, it's not my investigation. I didn't even get to ask him in detail of those things. But truly, I don't even know if we were able to even share them. To be honest, right?
I can't tell you what other people have told me.
Makes sense. And just so it's not, I'm just curious because I want to know what happened to my baby, like nothing else.
So. Yeah, and I only bring that up is because if I do know it and I can share it, I will. But if I don't, I don't. Okay. I did review some video footage at the hotel. I can tell you right now, it's not looking great. In the sense, I need more information from you, and I need you to help make me understand. Okay. Because I can start looking at things and maybe jumping to conclusions I don't want to jump to. If there's an explanation.
So, y'all got them glasses filled to the rim? Because it sounds like it's about to get good. So apparently, looks like whatever happened, or where it started to go from 20 to 80, was somewhere around the hotel. So now we're going to get into the hotel incident, which until this point, we know nothing about what happened at the hotel, except the fact that they went to the hotel after they left the cabin. She left him at the hotel, went somewhere, came back, and they went to get something to eat. So now we're getting into the details of what happened at the hotel.
And but I can tell you, in the video from the hotel, you two are clearly not getting along. You've already said this. There's no mystery there. I don't believe you're intentionally lying to me. Let me put that out there as well. I just can only imagine being you, and if I'm scared to fucking death and trying to make sense of it, I just think that plays a role in this. So I want to make sure, like I said, we get to the bottom of certain things. You guys are in a disagreement. You guys are not getting along. It is obvious, and it looks like you're more upset. To be honest, and maybe you just present that way. I don't know.
He's more. I'm like, when after arguing, you're gonna tell that I was mad.
Your body language is showing you, and that's why when you were telling me, initially, you were just like, we argued, we're like a normal couple, right? Like I knew it had to be something quite important, like to him or to you. Because when I look at your face on there, it's either like I'm aggravated by this man or something. Like it's a completely different Kiara than who's sitting in front of me right now.
For sure.
You're upset. You're angry. You're not getting along. It is apparent.
And it's a topic that is of
concern, right?
Or issue sometimes in a relationship.
Yes, certainly. So you guys are already not getting along. Then we have on camera a moment in time where he is getting out the car. Guess what, Kiara?
Well, he's got all his luggage and everything out.
Do you remember that time when he's getting out the car with his luggage?
When we first got there?
Yes, after checking.
Before you go to T-Mobile.
Not too much, but yeah, he was getting
Okay,
stuff
does
out of the car.
anything stand out in that moment?
Again, she's lying, and this is where she messing up at. This woman is already telling you she's seen the video footage. There's no way, I done told y'all, the brain is either in a traumatic situation, a lot of times it's either going to fracture and split and create something else to deal with the trauma, or it's going to block it out. Right? There's no, or it's all going to come flooding back in with perfect memory. One of three things, should I say, not two. In her situation, this was someone she was with. She not going to block it out. She may create a personality to deal with it later on down the line after that guilt done tore her ass up. That could be possible. But this didn't happen that long ago. There's no way you don't remember what happened, every single detail of what happened the day your significant other died and you were with him. No way you don't remember.
Okay. What stood out to me was how quickly you accelerated then.
Oh yeah, we both speed off when we're mad though.
Okay.
Like I got video camera at my house with my dad of us speeding off. We both do stuff.
Have a habit of doing that.
Yeah,
Is
like
that
we
right?
just speed off. Like yeah.
Okay. Because to me, like he can't even like get out of the car fully, right? Without you.
He's closing the door.
Right. He's
yeah, I was about to say, well, he wasn't getting out of the car though. He was just grabbing stuff out the car.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, so be it. Right.
Yeah.
I may be not saying exactly right, but like yes, he's getting out of the car, his stuff out of the car.
Yeah.
And he's closing the door, and like you are like as he's about to close that door, you're already starting to accelerate, and to the point where you run over the curb.
Okay.
And you do it again at the Circle K, but I'm just saying like you ran over that curb and then.
You said I ran over the curb at Circle K.
Both places.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The hotel and Circle K.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to me, you know, you're upset, and that just goes to show that.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I'm not faulting you for it. I'm just saying it just there's a propensity there.
Okay.
To remember we talked about theories and like possibilities and would you brake? Would you be accelerating in that moment of frustration, anger?
And that's why I told you there's a possibility.
Right. There is a possibility. And I appreciate that. Just because. You know, you have a history of that. You even admit it yourself.
Both do, yeah.
Okay. Another thing is, like I said, I'm a pretty good read of people, and if I have it wrong, you tell me.
Okay.
I can handle that.
Yeah.
Some people can't. Some people are convinced, and they're gonna like, no, I can handle it.
Yeah.
But to me, it seemed very important to you to have this support from his mom, which I think is human.
Mm-hmm.
But it's to the extent of like the way it came across to me was as if, and you even said she believes me, she trusts me, right?
Yeah.
As if like, is there some self-doubt there? Like, do you doubt yourself? Like, I felt like you needed that reassurance from her more so, and this is how it came across, dear.
Yeah.
I'm just going to tell you what I see and how I hear it. But it came across as that you needed her to tell you something you didn't necessarily fully believe. And that, to me, I worry about for you, right? Because we have to live with ourselves. And we have to live with our own.
Oh, she good. Oh, I like her. For real. So basically, let's go back a little bit. What she's basically explaining is when they were at the hotel. So we have them at the cabin. Now, the cabin is where all the beautiful videos took place and all of that of what he did for her on this beautiful trip that they took. Christmas vacation. Love is in the air. He wants to do a romantic getaway in this cabin. Y'all, I forgot to pull the videos, but we'll have it for the next one. I think the next live may be a panel if we can make it through this body cam. Interrogation. But beautiful cabin. They're together. Remember, the first thing that she said was, now that I'm off punishment, or something about being off punishment when she came out the cabin to see everything that he had planned for her, right? Put together all these games for them to play, these little prizes, innocent, beautiful, cute, just an amazing time that any real woman that ain't stuck on money would enjoy. Right? One of the things that she said to the detective was that they were arguing because she didn't want to give him none. By the third day, he got tired of her not doing none, giving him none. And according to her, he said, I shouldn't have to keep asking you. Which led me to believe maybe this wasn't an argument that started at the cabin. Maybe this was an argument that had been going on, and the cabin was his attempt to maybe woo her so that he finally could get some. And it didn't turn out that way, and things start blowing up. So we go to the cabin. Whatever happened, there's a commotion at the cabin. The Airbnb owner, whoever runs it, manager, whatever, come to check, make sure everything is okay. She says she told them they straight, but apparently then the argument has started getting out of hand because somebody had called for a welfare check, some kind of check to make sure they was good because they was arguing. Mind you, this cabin is teeny tiny. So if you arguing and about the fight in this little bitty space, I can imagine tempers flaring. You don't have space and opportunity in that little cabin to argue and fight. Matter of fact, you can barely stand up, if you can stand up at all. So they leave there, go check into a hotel, already angry, already frustrated. He gets his stuff out. Now, mind you, she not going in with him. He gets his stuff out, takes it in. As he's getting his stuff out, she pull off. Door still open. Don't that sound familiar? Door still open. She pulls off. Door slams from the acceleration of her pulling off, and she hits a curb, turning out. Get it? She has a habit of hitting things. I don't know why they keep letting her drive. Remember, according to the video that we watched from Nothing But the Truth TV, this is not, again, the first time. It is, in fact, the second. This is the first time a boyfriend died. This is the second incident. Lulu was behind the wheel. And remember, she lied during the interrogation because she didn't tell them that her boyfriend was in the vehicle. If in fact it's true from the reports that we saw from Nothing But the Truth TV. The boyfriend got ejected out the vehicle. When it flipped, she told the detective she was in the car by herself. Matter of fact, she made sure to specify she was in the vehicle by herself. And I said, interesting. I am a person that believes once a lie enters into the story, everything after the lie is a lie. So now the detective is questioning her on her behavior, not the incident, but her behavior. If in fact, when you left the hotel, you were mad enough to when he was trying to step out the car, you accelerated before he was fully out. Now we have another incident where you're saying he stepped out the car. No video footage, but same scenario that we saw at the hotel. This time he died.
And the only person, unfortunately, we don't that knows what happened leading up to that moment is you.
Yeah.
So if anyone's going to be affected by this, it's not going to be anyone else but you.
Yeah.
So I need to kind of get in your head with that. Like, explain that a little bit more to me, because it seemed like you needed to be reassured that you didn't do anything wrong when you should know probably in your own heart of hearts if you did or didn't.
Well, in that part, I wasn't asking for her for reassurance. She just was sharing that to me.
Okay.
And just like his sisters, like they're saying, if you feel guilty, and I think that's coming from me driving. So it wasn't something that I asked from her for reassurance. I think it was just a way of her giving that to me. And that conversation happened after his family was saying that I was the reason behind it.
Right.
So it was kind of just like, not that I needed it, but it just felt good that somebody is not just pointing me out to be this person when it wasn't even something that they seen, and also too that I did. You get what I'm saying? So it's not, hopefully I'm answering it right, but it's like...
Answer it to what your truth is.
Yeah.
There's no right or wrong
here.
It's
When she gave me that form of reassurance, it wasn't something that was asked. It was something that was told, and it felt good for somebody who's that connected to him to see it from the outside, because I feel like sometimes our judgments are skewed when it's something...
I told y'all I love this detective, right? Because we consistently see in this interrogation, she keeps asking, did I answer that? Is that right? Did I answer that? If you know your truth is the truth, why do you have to ask, is it right? You should already know whether or not it's right. And I love the rebuttal from the detective. I want to know your truth. And answer it with what your truth is.
When it's depending on the person and it's the level of that relationship. And I'm like, if some of her son can see it from my own chose to jump out of that car, Kiara is not the blame for that. You get what I'm saying? Choosing to remove himself from the vehicle, it was reassuring to me. It's like, because anybody would have some form of guilt if they're the person driving or anything when someone does something that happens. And it was just like, I just felt like her just naturally saying on her own that I just shared with y'all just to show that it felt good to, because it's a lot. Like by that time that conversation had, which was yesterday, the day his court was pulled. By this time, I'm already seeing so many social media posts. I'm already getting calls. I'm already getting texts of what his family's saying about me. They're saying that directly to his family, and I'm overhearing those conversations. So I'm already seeing that everybody is looking at me to be this person and even pinning this picture to me on social media about me. So for somebody to actually see it from the side of, how are you painting this picture for somebody who was driving, from this person who chose to remove themselves? You know, it just felt good for somebody to have some empathy to see it from my, like, how are you guys blaming me so, like literally, like as if...
You see how she's making it all about herself? And did you just notice what she just said? Because this person decided to remove themselves. But she loves him? Is that the way you talk about someone you love? Because this person decided... Hold on one second. I'm going to rewind it just a little bit so y'all can hear it. Hold on.
Like, him getting out of the car was I was responsible for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm...
You're right. You're explaining me well. I mean, yeah. That's what it is. I can tell you something else.
That conversation happened after his family was saying that I was the reason behind it. Right. So it was kind of just like, not that I needed it, but it just felt good that somebody is not just pointing me out to be this person when it wasn't even something that they seen, and also too that I did. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's not... Hopefully I'm answering it right, but it's like... Answer it to what your truth is. Yeah. There's no right or wrong when she gave me that form of reassurance, it wasn't something that was asked. It was something that was told, and it felt good for somebody who's that connected to him to see it from the outside, because I feel like sometimes our judgments are skewed when it's depending on the person and it's the level of that relationship. And I'm like, if some of her son can see it from my own chose to jump out of that car, Kiara is not the blame for that. You get what I'm saying? Choosing to remove himself from the vehicle, it was reassuring to me. It's like, because anybody would have some form of guilt if they're the person driving or anything when someone does something that happens. And it was just like, I just felt like her just naturally saying on her own that I just shared with y'all just to show that it felt good to, because it's a lot. Like by that time that conversation had, which was yesterday, the day his court was pulled. By this time, I'm already seeing so many social media posts. I'm already getting calls. I'm already getting texts of what his family's saying about me. They're saying that directly to his family, and I'm overhearing those conversations. So I'm already seeing that everybody is looking at me to be this person and even pinning this picture to me on social media about me. So for somebody to actually see it from the side of, how are you painting this picture for somebody who was driving, from this person who chose to remove themselves? You know, it just felt good for somebody to have some empathy to see it from my, like, how are you guys blaming me so, like literally, like as if, like him getting out of the car was I was responsible for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm...
You're right. You're explaining me well.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I can tell you something else that kind of stood out to me.
Okay.
Doing this job is how you came in very like ready to kind of document like every little thing, right? Like to me that means that you either were mulling over it, you were thinking about like every little detail that you presented us with, to the point of like wanting to provide us with addresses. It just kind of, I don't want to take that the wrong way either. It's like as if like somebody's trying to get ahead of everything, like trying to line it up so perfectly so that we don't question you outside of that. If that makes sense. And I'm sorry if you're. I don't want to make you feel a certain way, but I just want to be honest. Like I said.
No, it makes sense, and I think the way that I came in that way is because I'm being told that his family is pressing charges on me and trying to tell me. Yes, I'm being told by. I'm being told by his mom's side, his mom and them, that they are threatening to press charges on me.
Okay.
So with me, I don't know if there's a case involved. If I'm being told already that it's a possibility of someone pressing charges, or even when I was staying at the hotel, the actual hotel that we were in, the front desk called me saying that, hey, his family is looking for you, and they're saying that they need to speak to you and that they have the police with them. So they keep being told that they have the police with them. They need to talk to you. They want to know all this other stuff. So I'm already being prepared.
Okay. That's what I meant to say.
I'm already being prepared that people are trying to pull a case on me. So if I'm coming into it, I'm assuming that they're pressing charges because that's what it's telling me. So I'm going to try to give every detail so that I don't get in trouble, because I'm already being told that I'm getting charges pressed on me. You know, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. And that's why I need to know from you.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want to assume.
It makes absolutely no sense, because in that case, I'm going to get an attorney, and I'm going to let my attorney speak for me, because if I know I'm innocent, I'm not going to go back and forth with you. The truth doesn't need an audience. I don't need to come to you to prove to you whether or not I'm telling the truth. If I'm telling the truth, if you think 2 + 2 is 10, then 2 + 2 is 10. I ain't finna prove to you why it's 4. But what I am going to do is protect me. So I'm going to give me an attorney. I'm not going to run around to all these different people like, no, let me tell you my story. No, let me tell you my story. Let me get ahead of the story because I know what they're saying. No, that looks like you're looking for an audience, which the truth doesn't need. So I'm with the detective. What's the point?
It's like they're telling me that they're pressing charges on me, so it's like.
So your preparation coming in here, lining everything up, is because
to show my innocence, because I'm being told that I'm pressing charges, like literally, like, because it's like different people are, I guess call it a telephone game. People are well, you know, his family, one of his cousins that was up there. Well, they're telling the detective, they were saying the detective, I don't know if it was you guys or actual police officer, but they're telling the detective how that situation that happened when you were in Miami, they're telling them that you're crazy, they're trying to press charges and all this other type of stuff. And I had even one of my friends, she's close to
she tell them about the situation that happened in Miami. So now you done brought up another situation that probably happened when you flew out of control and crashed out. And this is another example of what happened when Lulu goes Lulu. And you just handing the detectives all of this ammunition. This is why I keep telling y'all, the police, when they arrest you, they tell you one thing that is universal. You have the right to shut up. But no, when you feel like you got something to prove, you don't shut up. You keep talking, and you talk yourself further into a further ditch than you were in than when you start talking in the first place.
Boyfriend's mother of his kids, so she's even telling me, like, you know what, be careful, like, you know, prepare yourself because they're trying to press charges on you.
Okay,
that's what they're talking about. So
which would make sense, because there's a difference here, right? Like, I rarely get somebody as prepared as you. Yeah, truly, I don't. Yeah. I don't get that. Yeah. Right. I have people that are like actually don't even want to like even overshare. Right.
No, I want to overshare.
They're very careful about what they say.
Yeah.
But this is an unusual situation. I can tell you because social media has been playing a role. Okay.
It's a huge role.
Right.
A huge role.
I'm not downplaying that, but what I'm saying, it makes it unusual for us. So that's I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see why you would have.
So if they're standing and then they're announcing and saying we're gonna do whatever gets to it, she's this, she's that, you're gonna, if anybody's in that position, you're gonna do whatever you can to show your innocence. You know.
Are you that kind of person, anyways? Like, do you typically like to fact check and over-explain and do the?
That's my personality anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
Especially like as far as situations to someone accusing me of something, I will over-explain. You know, typically, but as you could probably naturally see, like even like overthinking it, like, you know what, let me make sure I displayed that message correctly of how the family viewed me. Like, this is coming from in hindsight and how they've been treating me now, but let me paint that picture of actually what it was before this moment, you know. So it's like, it's just, I guess how I'm more, I guess I think more analytical, or I think more like, so I'm like, it's just, but I don't know, it's just like, I'm generally being myself. I just was told that that they were pressing charges on me and that they were going to the fullest extent, and I'm just wanted to tell you guys everything so that you guys wouldn't think that, and I felt like, okay, they have to do the autopsy, there's certain things they have to do to where that should rule out that I'm not, but I'm still going to give every detail, so
certainly that's what I would want. And I'm not saying that people don't provide us with that, it just takes a lot longer to get typically
that's why, but that's why I came here. I wanted somebody to be able to hear my side, because I was being told that there was pressing charges. Like, if all that, I wouldn't have, like, I don't, just saying it out loud, I literally just wanted to make sure that everything was on the table because of what everybody's saying as far as pressing charges on me. That's why when I didn't see you down there, I came here. You know what I'm saying? Because we was originally meeting at the hospital, but I came here only. I came here because I'm just like, you know, they're trying to press charges on me. I need them to know what's really going on so that they don't. Because the family right now they're putting their own pieces together. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like.
And we're not too concerned about that noise, because we know who was present, we know who was involved. Yeah. And you are here because we need to talk to you. Yeah. We don't need to talk to them. Yeah. Right? We really don't. Yeah. They were not. Now if they said, hey, she's been threatening to kill him for the last 3 days.
Gang. Do we gang bang? I'll be outside with my gang. Welcome to the gang, my love.
Right? That's a problem. That's something that would be like perking up and going, okay, tell me more. Right? Like if there was some, planning of sorts, right? Then we would need to know. But if it's like all these speculated assumptions, and we know how to ignore those things. We know how to not let that interfere with us.
This is just, like I said, I've never been in nothing like this. It's a scary situation. And even when I was giving you the addresses, all I did was go to maps. I haven't been to that many places here, so it's super easy
another thought
I
had, to be fair to you, was like, you're not from here. You'd probably want to tell them exactly where you were, because you're unfamiliar with the place.
Yeah, exactly.
So again, I just need to, if something's bothering me, that something's kind of going, this doesn't feel right, this doesn't seem right, ask about it. Yeah. And then you can kind of, tell me what it is, and I can either, and I can accept those things. Yeah. But, what was I going to say? I'm going to tell you that I find it truly remarkable how well you are taking the whole thing, just in the sense of how unusual it is with the outsiders, giving their opinions about what they think is happening, and then you lost someone you love.
You think I'm taking it well?
I do, and I'm not. It's not to offending. It's not to offend you. It's not to say like what's wrong with you. Yeah. I'm really like telling you you're taking it well, and that it could be a thing that just speaks to your resilience, and it just speaks to the person that you are. You're very strong. Yeah. Or it can mean, hey, she hasn't had enough time to process.
And I think that's what it is. Right. I'm still, it still doesn't feel right.
And I don't need you to put on any dramatics. What I'm saying, I don't need any show. I don't need to be proven that you cared about this person. I'm not saying just because you don't present like this, you didn't love this man. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just telling you, you are coming across, and you are appearing to be pretty, like here, like really like even like your baseline seems pretty calm right now, but that could be trauma. It could be a lot of things.
It's my normal personality, but that's why when I talk, if I kind of start crying, that's me expressing myself. Like how when you guys came and I came out the door and me crying, and I was already crying, and then me bringing up a teddy bear, and I'm a pretty calm person, except when I'm mad I yell and stuff like that. But it's like, that's just me as a person, and I think I'm just trying to digest everything. Yeah. And I think I've said that over the phone to my friends. Like, I'm just trying to digest it still. It doesn't feel real.
You know? I would imagine it doesn't.
And I'm not a hysterical person, if that's in that type of sense.
And I don't need you to be really, but I just can tell you that it's just There's a strength there, okay? And again, I just worry about you, truly. I don't, outside of just being a human, I worry about you because it may end up hitting you. And when it does, I would want you to have those supports.
But that's what my friends been telling me, and they've been, you guys have seen the messages. They're like, are you alone? You don't need to be alone. Like, come here, like, and stuff like that. Like,
have you done anything, are there going to be any searches on the phone or anything, any arguments or photos or anything that you want to get ahead of now? Because you are the type that will be prepared, right? Like, you are that person that can kind of explain things, and I appreciate that. Not many people will do that. Is there anything on there that you think will be alarming to us as we investigate further? And I just want to get ahead of it now because I don't want to keep you here for 3 days to try to answer these questions.
No, it's okay. Nothing I can think of. The only thing is after, like, at that point when I was in the hospital and, like, the doctors was telling us stuff, and, like, when I was asking them, like, could he did this, could like those, because I couldn't fully see his head, so I don't know if there's indentions or what, but I know they said he has broken bones in the back of his head, and I was like, could those have happened from hitting the ground that hard? Could it be possible, or could he have gotten hit? And like when Nick was like, well, I don't know, I wasn't there, I did start Googling, like, can you have, like, if you have broken bones, could it happen? Like, I was using ChatGPT and Google, like, can you really, you know,
die from those?
Yeah, or no, not die, because I wasn't thinking of dying. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you? So I was like, no.
Seriously injured?
Yeah. Can you? Or can I think I was probably like, can you really break bones in your head or in your skull from hitting the ground or something? Probably. Okay. Like, so as I was finding stuff out and I wasn't getting direct answers from them, I would Google it and check.
Right. You weren't being afforded those answers.
Yeah, right? Because I couldn't, because of what, me not being a guardian or anything. So, but those are stuff. Even though, like, to make sure, when you said it wasn't afforded those answers because they couldn't talk to me, or because by that point when I was hearing that stuff, Miss Renee was there, so I could, his mom was there.
You could overhear, right?
Yes.
I know initially when you said that they were like, you weren't the wife.
Yeah.
I would imagine they weren't giving you.
I wasn't Googling anything at that point.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't until I was actually.
You were learning and hearing.
Yeah, hearing
stuff. After the whole incident.
Yeah, after the incident, we were just waiting. Yeah.
That's good to know because people have timestamps and then they will know.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. That adds up. So I appreciate that.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you about something that again, it's nagging me. And if it nags me, I'm the type that I need to sleep at night too, right?
Definitely.
And there's been many a times, like I was telling him, I'll be done with an investigation and someone will call me out or the deposition or something. Why did you ask that question? And I'm like, damn it, man. Like, you only get the one shot, right?
Yeah.
Typically, you only get the one shot. This router.
Yes.
That's going to be quite important.
Okay.
I would imagine that we need to confirm and verify.
Okay.
Because I can tell you, just because, like, you just even kind of just pointed back here, I don't know, like, if the doctors kind of said back there was where, like, the...
Yeah, that's what they said he was hurt at. And, you know, when you're laying in the bed, you can't see the back of his head. So they told us that he broke the 3 bones. I wouldn't have known that,
Okay. I can give you a couple theories, and I'm not a doctor, and we're going to get the autopsy, and we're going to be able to figure more things out as we go. But like I said, if we can get ahead of it now, and we can address those things now, it looks better because, again, you're the only one who was there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't care what the medical stuff shows, because if you give me an account that makes sense, then we'll go and we'll look at the autopsy and go, okay, that we already have the story. We already know it matches up, we're done.
Yeah.
Right? Either one way or the other.
Yeah.
The router. How certain are you that we're going to be able to corroborate that the router was broken prior to when you were gone for hours? Like, you were definitely at T-Mobile.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Talking about that router.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you get into the physical altercation and did you hit him with this router?
No, ma'am. No. Okay. No, he was never hit with that router. No.
Okay. So he's never hit with the router, because I imagine there'd be more cameras that we can pick apart, get in that area.
Yes.
That area gets hit with burglaries all the fucking time. Okay. There's cameras left and right. We just have to go get them.
I swear.
I know. I'm just saying. I don't want to be surprised by anything, and that's why I need to ask.
Yeah.
Now I need you guys to remember that the ME stated in the report that he died from blunt trauma to the head. Now we're having this introduced. Now the router. right? Previously, it was introduced that there was a Hennessy bottle in the back seat. So, of course, when everyone is questioning whether or not this injury to the back of his head came from hitting the ground, which I do not see, because even in looking at the autopsy report, it was more of a circular mark or trauma than it was a line or anything else. So that would look like somebody took something with a round into it and smashed it into his head. My opinion, but I'm not a forensic pathologist or any of that, right? Told y'all I just watched enough Dexter to think he was my best friend. That's it. Now we have a router being introduced into the store. A router that is broken. So what the detective is stating, when did this router get broken? Was it broken during the altercation? Did you hit him with it? And that's what caused the injury to the back of his head. That's what caused the blunt trauma. Or was it broken in the move, it thrown across the room or whatever? This is not what we're trying to identify.
You know, you said that he had thrown it.
Yeah, he had thrown it.
But I need to ask you again. You did not hit him or hit him in the head or hit him anywhere and break that router yourself. Like,
no, I didn't.
Okay,
I didn't.
So that did not happen.
That
so
did not happen. And the router
rule that out.
You can rule it out. And just to give clarity, the router was broken in the cabin.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
the router was broken in the cabin.
Well, I don't know that, right? I don't know that to be 100%.
No. But that's what I was explaining with before.
Now,
like
let me throw a scenario out there for you, right? Because she's saying the router was broken in the cabin. Now, I need y'all to remember that the cabin is extremely small. As this is playing, I'm going to go see if I can pull the videos of the cabin without fritzing my whole system. The cabin is extremely small. So now this makes me wonder if she threw the router or took the router, follow me, hit him with it, threw it at him, however, it hit him in the back of the head. You know, a lot of times with head injuries, if the injury is severe enough, the effects of the injury are not seen for a while later. Could it have been possible that he had suffered an injury already to his head and he started to become delirious or disillusioned, or his equilibrium was off, that by the time he decided to get out of the car, quote unquote, he wasn't stable enough to step out on his own? Meaning he was probably already passing anyway, because of an injury to the back of his head that was suffered at the cabin, that was progressing because he didn't have medical attention, because he didn't know it was really an injury. Do you think that could be possible? And then when his head hit the concrete, it finished doing whatever damage was started by the router hitting him in the back of the head. Drop in the comments to let me know.
Because, and it's going back, so part of with me talking to you guys, and I think it's a unique situation, is because I'm being told what the other side is saying.
And
so
Golden Chapeau is back on the screen in the corner, so we got our thinking caps on. I need y'all scenarios.
Give answers automatically or kind of try to clear things up because of what people are saying already. So I feel like what you explaining it, saying this unique situation, it truly is, because I have connections with both sides, so I'm hearing what's going on, or whatever's being told directly to, you know, his mom. Those things are being told to me. They're making me aware of what's going on, so it's gonna make me more prepared or more like to try to clear up, because I'm already hearing what they're saying. Okay. Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
So the router's broken in the cabin. Where does he throw it when you guys are in the...
He throws it on the ground.
Or
it's either on the ground or at the, because it's like a small space, usually at the ground or the thing or whatever it was. I'm sorry, the cabinet or whatever. I'm not sure. But
where were you inside?
I was on the bed and he was down. It's like a little small thing. It's the bed, stairs, and then the regular little walkway or space between the table and the sink and stuff like that. Like we could probably pull up pictures and I can show you, but it's like,
a small space.
It's a very small space. It's literally just walk down these little 2 stairs and then it's probably this much of.
Was he throwing it in your direction?
No, he just threw it down.
Just threw it down.
He just threw it down. I mean, we're facing each other, so technically it would be in my direction, but I didn't feel like he was throwing it at me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said you didn't get physical?
No, we didn't get physical.
Cabin.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so that will be checked out possibly. I mean, where is the router? Did you end up turning it back in?
No, I have it. It's here because I couldn't submit it. They told me that I have to
First
receive
of all, she lied. I need y'all to think about human nature again, especially women. Ladies, scoot on back up to the front. Fellas, you step to the back for just a second. Think about our human nature. We in the middle of an argument and a man has taken an object and thrown it to the ground and broken it. In your mind, he did that because he wanted to do that to you. So whatever y'all was arguing about just escalated 1,000% simply because he broke something. Tell me I'm lying. Argue with your mama, not me. Y'all know how women behave in the middle of arguments. Ain't no man throwing nothing across a room, on the floor, because if you throw it, she gonna swear you threw it at her, even if it went in the opposite direction. Everything she has said in this interview has been a lie. Based simply on human nature. Based simply on women behavior.
Other one first,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And
So
I have to give it back.
job?
Yeah, it's in the car right now. I still have it, yeah.
Alrighty. Another thing that stood out, okay, was when we were talking and we were just trying to slow down and go back to that moment in time in the vehicle. And I mean, your first response was to say that you did not force him or push him. You don't know who did, or how did it go? Sorry.
I said I'm not the one that pushed him out of the car.
I'm not the one
I think I'm talking like that because they keep saying I pushed it. And it's like, y'all, I'm talking to y'all after I'm hearing all these rumors. And it's like, I'm just trying to clear everything up.
I absolutely agree with you. It says, I feel like she waited to do this interview once the cord was pulled so she can claim she was in distress. I feel like she waited until she could test the temperature, social media, family, so that she could see what people are saying, and then she's able to formulate an answer based on what people are saying. That's why I said social media can be a good thing, but it can also be a bad, because when we cover cases like this, it also gives the individual who might be the perpetrator, who might not be in jail yet, they're watching this stuff too. So all we're doing is giving them, how should I say, a way to formulate their story, because we're coming up with all the objections that they know the detectives and police are gonna ask. So listening to everybody ask the questions about the story allows her to sit in front of detectives and come up with the answers. But the problem is she forgot you got to make your answers match the story. And you've got to make your behaviors match the answers. She missed on the behavior part. Didn't nobody sit her down and tell her, if you gonna go in there and talk to them detectives, you better go in there and pretend you in love, girl. You better talk about how you love him every 2 seconds. Matter of fact, don't even mention his real name. Mention his pet name. Don't say he. Don't say him. Say bae. Every time you mention him, talk about bae. See, she didn't have nobody sitting her down and telling her, if you gonna go in here and lie, you better make sure your behaviors match up with your lies.
What these people are saying about me, and I think I'm just naturally, and it's almost like my like it's hurting me because I'm literally just responding to what these rumors of these people are saying about me.
I hear you. But hear me out. If they didn't think that you had maybe the ability to do something like this, I don't know if this would be circulating right now, to be honest. Okay, and that's why I asked about the relationship, and that's why I asked if it was toxic, because I wanted to know It's important for me to know these things. I'm not faulting you. Everyone's been there. Okay, listen.
It's like, I feel like it's not fair because it's like, I'm just trying to defend myself so that nothing happens to me for stuff that I didn't do, but I'm like, I know about what's being said to me, and I'm just trying to like clear the air with you guys so that...
I know. Hear me out. Listen.
It's so frustrating.
It is frustrating, okay? But I can tell you that I've been angry before, okay? I've done things that I'm not proud of. The intent is different, okay? There's intent to really wanting to hurt somebody. And
you see it once again. Do y'all see that switch? Do y'all see the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? How exactly does she go from full-fledged hysteria to now she just sitting here intently looking this woman in her face? Nobody told her the behavior got a match.
And there's where you do something that's careless, maybe, or you're not thinking straight, and it still ends up in the same result. Did you intend for it to happen? No. But we end up there. Yeah. We can't go backwards. We cannot. And the only thing we can do to make it right is to come to make peace with it, truly.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what I'm worried about for you, to be honest. Because like I said, I don't care what anyone else says. I don't care what, at the end of the day, Kiara is going to be the only person on this planet Earth who's going to know. Okay?
Yeah.
You are going to know what happened. You're going to have to deal with whatever that is.
Yeah.
Besides just the death of him, the loss of him.
Yeah.
Okay? But what I'm saying is, you being upset, we can already say that was a fact. That was the case. You both were angry. You both were upset. You guys were in an argument. Okay? Why would I believe it would be so far-fetched to think that he goes to get out of the freaking vehicle? That pizza's in the freaking way. I imagine that pizza box is going to be a problem exiting out of this car. What makes you think that I don't think, out of anger, not because you want to kill him, not because you want to hurt him, but because you've been there before, he's done the same thing, he's pulled the same act, maybe not in the same situation, but like has gotten out of cars on you before. You've been through this time and time again. You're aggravated, you're upset. Not, I wouldn't even say maybe even as angry, but maybe aggravated. Just aggravation in itself. Where you're like, I'm just gonna assist. Like, just get out of my car already. Like, I'm done with you. I'm over this.
She's for sure giving loopers right now. If any of y'all ever seen that old school movie called Loopers, she's definitely giving loopers. Like, she's definitely jumping in and out of something in this interrogation. She is from Haiti, and y'all know Nothing But the Truth brought up the fact in her video. The first incident that happened with her ex-boyfriend when he was ejected out the vehicle, they were going east. They hit a wall. In this story, they're going east. This boyfriend is no longer alive. And allegedly, she's also an Eastern Star. She's also allegedly from Haiti. I'm not saying because she is from Haiti that means that this could be some kind of ritual, some kind of sacrifice, some kind of anything. What I am saying, because you have that aspect attached, that you can't rule it out. That this situation could be a lot more spiritual than it is physical. And there could be something else going on here that we're not even looking at.
One little shove. Not to kill him. But happens because he gets out of there with a freaking pizza box. I'm sorry. I'm not a physicist. But I can tell you, I cannot rule out that possibility. And I need to ask you. That's why it's my job to say I asked her every different direction, angle I could. I've afforded her the opportunity to tell me that she gave him a little bit of a push, because then to me it would make a little more sense. Especially if you're saying you got hit right here. Because the injury was here, not hit, right? I'm not going to say hit.
Yeah, that's not like, let's make sure
I'm sorry, the right words. I agree. I have a problem.
Because like you guys were kind of showing that when you were saying certain stuff, that was like, let me make sure I'm wording
this
the right way.
Please correct me. Because in my mind, I know what I mean.
Yeah.
But it does mean something else. Yeah. So I need to make sure I use it right.
I'm starting to understand why her name is Lulu. I absolutely think I understand now why her name is Lulu. We have seen her within a few moments go from hysterical to completely stoic, nothing at all, just staring at this woman's face, to laughing and giggling like something is funny in this moment, where you're borderline being accused of not murder, but maybe manslaughter. But you're giggling like, oh well. Nervous laughter, maybe. No, no, we're not even gonna do that. I'm starting to understand why her nickname is Lulu. Maybe they gave her that nickname for a reason.
The injury is there. Do not hit. The injury is there. I would say it would make more sense that he was assisted out, like get out of my car. I don't fault you for it. I'm just telling you. And then that's how he ends up falling and hitting here. Because the other way would be like he's getting out and it would be more of a forward motion. Maybe we would see more.
For those that don't know, let me go and lay it on the line. I don't know if you do it in your culture, but in our culture, Lulu means crazy. That's what it means. So if you nickname somebody Lulu, you're nicknaming them crazy. If you call somebody Lulu, you're calling them crazy. So maybe this girl's nickname is Lulu because she's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Face or like abrasions to the front of his face. I'm not the physicist. I don't know those answers right now. But I would not be doing my job if I didn't tell you in my heart of hearts, just kind of like how you talked about, you had it like a deep exhale when you were kind of talking about the times that he's gotten out of the car and you were going over that and you were trying to just explain to me like the day in, day outs of it. Girl, you should have seen you. I'm telling you, I was watching you. You went,
like I was aggravated.
No. Like something was bothering you about reliving that.
Oh, probably just overall me breathing. That, I went to
listen,
therapy.
I may be wrong.
Yeah, I've been to therapy, so now well, since you noticed, you'll probably see me breathing. Like it's like it's me trying to get calm.
And I can tell you for me, just doing the job I've done, I've been through classes, I've been through training, and what happens is there's a physiological reaction people have that they cannot control. Okay. Right? So I can tell you, when someone comes in here and I know that they abused their kid, okay, they're lying to me left and right, they're going to start burping, they're going to start drinking their water, they're going to start doing one of these, signs of nervousness. They are trying to, they don't want me to see it, so they're trying to get rid of it, right? Like if they see that my hands are sweating, like so they do these little like passive things because it's in our human nature to try to cover things up. I can give it to you. You've been sitting here, other than asking for that blanket because maybe you knew you may get nervous and start shaking, I don't think you were thinking all that. I think you were cold.
Because I stopped drinking my water because it's making me colder.
But we have to look at all these things. We are trained to do this. This is our job. But I'm not so conditioned that I can't think outside the box either. That I can't say the girl was cold and she put a blanket on.
That's why I got this.
Right. But we're trained to look at these things. When you were talking about that, you had this deep inhale. You were not even aware of it.
Yeah.
You exhaled, heavy, okay? And that said to me, there's something about that.
Or it could have been just overall I'm telling this story and it's just me breathing because it's not. It could be.
It could be, but I need to at least address it. I need to say, we need to talk about this a little bit more.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get back to it. I'm telling you, Kiara, there's a difference here, and I want you to believe me. Intentional versus non-intentional.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know, did you not open that door yourself, not open that handle, and not take that action upon yourself? You did not start that action, that chain of reaction. You did not. Okay, I don't believe you reached over and opened the like unlocked the door, reached over, opened the handle, and then pushed this grown man, a big man.
Yeah, he's not small.
He's not small. Out the door.
Now, press pause for a second. Some of you may be asking, why is she asking these questions? Why is this necessary? We can tell the girl is lying. Let's go and lock her up. What's going to happen? What's going on? Well, the problem in that comes in is something that we all miss. We miss it when it comes to the Nolan case. We missed it when it came to Carmelo. All these cases, we forget. In order for there to be a charge, not a conviction, in order for there to be a charge, right, there has to be two things that happen. One, you have to have an act that is criminal. You have to determine that whatever act caused this person to no longer be here, it was criminal, meaning someone purposely did something to cause this person not to be here. If it was self-defense, self-defense is not murder. Right? You can't charge them with self-defense. If it was accidental is, let's say we're wrestling, we're playing. Even if we're arguing and they turn around and trip over the table and fall and break their neck. I can't be charged with that. It was accidental. I have to determine as a detective, the act that was committed, was it criminal? After I determine was the act criminal, now I got to understand why you did this criminal act. That's where your motive comes in at. So I need two things, an act that is criminal and a motive that is criminal. The reason why she's asking the questions that she's asking so close is because she has to determine whether or not the act was criminal. So I need to get Kiara to talk about the act. What's irritating to me, and I agree with you, the girl talked too much, is because she's talking about everything but the act. She's doing it on purpose, which is why the detective now has to keep moving in closer. Do you notice every time Kiara refuses to answer a question, the detective slightly scoots in a little bit closer? Her hand movements come in closer. Do you know why? Because I'm trying to corner you. Because a person cornered is either going to fight their way out or they're going to cower back. So which one are you going to do? I'm trying to corner you to get you to respond in one way or another because I'm trying to read your behavior. She don't get it, which is crazy. And she's allegedly, quote unquote, a lawsuit.
That's not what I believe happened. He has a pizza box in his way, okay, that gets out the car with him. To me, it would not be easy for that big man to be able to make that maneuver.
If he had it in one hand, it could be, because if he's opening the door with the right hand, he has the pizza in his left hand, it's very possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But still, we're talking, boxes are big.
Yeah, maybe because I'm used to seeing him carry stuff.
Okay.
He's very strong and has big arms, like you said. He typically carries stuff with one hand. So that's and I'm not something that I've seen, but I'm just going based off of me knowing my boyfriend. So it's a huge. He doesn't carry stuff with two hands. Like even when he carries all of our luggage, like he'll have everything in one, and if he has to carry it like this, but he's not carrying stuff like that. Even with pizza or like if we're going out to eat or something, he's not carrying it like this. So it's a huge possibility that he has.
Well, he would have, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, because he opened the door.
Yeah.
I don't think you opened that door.
Yeah.
Right? So I think the chain reaction was started by him. Okay, I do. He opens the door, he has the box possibly in his hand. Great. There's still some distance. That box is hitting that, whatever it's called. Lower dash, whatever. Yeah. There's not much room, is what I'm getting at. And I can tell you, I wouldn't be jumping out of, or I don't see a free willy situation of like, let me just tip out of a car.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening.
Yeah. No, I definitely get
Okay,
it.
because to me, if he's going to get out this car, it's going to be more forward motion. A tilt would suggest a push. And I'm telling you, if there was an injury right back here, I can say, and I could believe that you pushed him.
No, it's fair, but I didn't touch him. I didn't touch him. I'm gonna stand on that. I did not touch him at all. I did not push him, touch him, or anything. And
you notice while she's talking, you don't hear any irritation. You don't hear any frustration. Your boo just died. And this woman is sitting in here. Now, mind you, again, paying attention to behavior, right? When she was talking about the family and the family putting all these rumors out and talking about she did it and how she did it and all that. You remember that's when she saw all this emotion and she was quote unquote hysterical and because they're lying on me and da 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 and why would they say that? Well, The detective is sitting in front of her doing the exact same thing. There's no emotion at all. Do you know why? Because the first time you saw emotion, it was performative. That's why she was able to cut it off so easily. This time right now, it's not performative because the detective has closed the ranks. She's closed space. There's nowhere for her to escape. So she can't be performative because the detective is right there in her face. If it was honest, the same behavior that we saw in the beginning with her crying, talking about the family, she would be crying right now when the detective is accusing her of exactly the same thing.
Like, I'm laughing because him being a big dude, like, I would have to literally, I'm still driving, so I would literally have to put so much force while I'm still driving. Like that, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm still having one, like, I would like still have like one hand, like, so I wouldn't even be able to put that much force because it would take a lot of force for me for that jerk to even, for him to feel it.
Well, I can tell you,
y'all know
if
how
I'm
many
angry,
women done attack they dudes in the passenger seat while they driving the car with one hand, and that car never wavered on the road. Do you know how many mamas done threw something back in the back seat of their kids for acting a fool while their hand was still on the steering wheel and the car never left the road? See, the problem is when social media was talking about this situation, see, we wasn't talking about those scenarios. So she wasn't prepared to answer that question of maybe you pushed him. She wasn't prepared because that wasn't the scenario that was floating around. Because there's no murder weapon, everybody else was stuck on the Hennessy bottle. That nobody, matter of fact, a lot of people were stuck on the fact that everybody thought there was another person in the car, which could still be true. We don't know. But everybody was stuck on more than one person being in the car, that nobody stopped to think, hey, yeah, maybe what if she pushed him? But see, we were talking about it in our old videos originally. But see, I got a small channel. You know, my voice ain't that. My reach ain't that far. But we was talking about it before when we said this sounds like she pushed him. The only way for him to have an injury to the back of the head, and we can pull up the frames again when we make it through the body, through the interrogation, but the only way would be to get pushed so that you're flying out the car back first. Remember, on the autopsy report, there's an injury to the top right side of his head. The top right side of his head would be the side closest to the door. Could it have been possible that the way that he got the injury to the side of his head was she pushed him with so much force that his head hit the windshield or the door, whatever it hit? I'm sorry, the side window, whatever it hit, it disengaged the door, and that's how he fell out? Could that be possible?
I would be confident at my size, his size, and I've already seen it. Yeah. I feel confident I could push. I could assist.
Yeah.
His goal was to get out that car.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it wasn't, because that helps with that, right? It helps with that's how it becomes physically possible, right?
Yeah.
But I could definitely help push him. And it wouldn't take much. If he's already in that forward motion, it would not take much.
Yeah.
Is my intent to hurt him, to kill him, to run him over again, to come back and reverse? And no, it's not. And honestly, you did the right thing, okay? You did not take off. That would lead us to believe that you did something with such malice that you're trying to hide and run, and then you decide to come back out like an hour later. Like, no, you did things that would suggest, all right, something happened, she's waiting it out, and then you come back and you respond appropriately, you come back to the scene. It's what we would ask you that you do.
Yeah.
Okay, so you did what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
But I worry about that, because again, autopsy is going to show what it shows, and they're going to make sense of it.
Definitely, and I'm not worried because I did not push him.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't push him. Like, generally, and I know it's like a feeling, and you just wanted to share that. But
it's not a feeling. It's just training stuff,
yeah,
like things that pop up that I can't ignore because I'm a training experience. So if I say feeling, I just mean like It's just that.
It's like, you know how people talk about intuition or something. I'm like,
it's not.
I mean, I get what you're feeling, but that's not what happened.
No, it's not strictly intuition.
Okay.
It's experience. It's training.
Okay.
It's been down this road a hell of a lot of times. Maybe not in this exact
just how
situation.
stuff could happen. No, I get it, but no, I did not touch him. I didn't touch him at all.
Would you consider doing a polygraph? Not tonight.
Yeah, I can do a polygraph.
But just in general, we just like to ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? I just don't want to miss and say I didn't ask, but like there was no. I know the theory online is that you had a Hennessy bottle and you hit him over the head.
You know where the guys are getting that from?
Where?
It came from when we were posting a thread, or what do you call it?
Story or a
no,
reel?
it's story. No, it's a post. You know how on Instagram you can put multiple pictures of a slideshow? Like it's like a slideshow. That's what they call it.
Oh, is that when they?
Yeah, you just swipe all of the pictures.
I didn't know
in
it's
the
called a
post.
slide.
Yeah, I think it's called a slideshow. I don't know.
They just dated ourselves here.
Lucky maybe.
Yeah.
But no, you can make a slideshow and you could see a Hennessy bottle in one of the pictures.
Okay.
So that's where that's the only thing that's the only thing I can think of, and they also know us personally, and they know we drink Hennessy. So that's the only thing I can think of where that's coming from.
I hear you.
Yeah, like
okay. Which would make sense, right? Because I mean, you brought up the drinking, and everyone's suspecting this. So someone had some information that would suggest
they personally know us, and then it's on social media of a Hennessy bottle that we have with us. I think we even have videos of us pouring it. Like we were playing this little card game. Like he bought us this couple game to go ahead and like get deeper with each other. We have videos and stories of us pouring and taking a shot at that. Like it's.
Okay. I don't mean to be rude, but I hear okay.
No, it's not good. But no, we have videos, like, so it was no secret that we were in the cabin drinking Hennessy. So it was something easy for somebody just to try to, and that's the thing that why I was so like hell bent on making sure that I met up with you guys, because I went back to Orlando, because they're really taking pieces of things and putting out there, because what they originally were saying is that it happened at the cabin. They were saying that this whole altercation of me supposedly hitting him and all this other stuff happened in the cabin, and then it's another story of that I hit him in at the cabin. This is at the cabin. I hit him when we were at the cabin, and I got so scared I called my brother, and we moved his body to that location.
Wow, that's really elaborate.
Like and that's part of why I kept saying I want to talk to you, because it's like it's almost like cyberbullying at this point, that what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Or not at this point. Like that's exactly what they're doing, and it's like you guys have random people like, oh, you gonna get what you deserve and all this other type of stuff, and I'm like, you guys are starting so much chaos from literally just accusations.
Yeah.
Literally accusations, and it has me uncomfortable as I don't know what.
I hear you. I'm sorry. Do you have a pet or anything like that?
No.
Okay, because when I touch people, they start itching. I'm okay. But that would teach me not to touch anybody, because like I have allergies. Okay. And what was your reasoning for wanting to know, like, what the witnesses said?
Because I want to know what happened to him, because I wasn't there. Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to know what happened. Because they would be the only ones to be able to answer what happened, because I don't know, because I had drove off.
Okay.
Which I think is a great question.
But at this point, I would want to know, as the detective, why wouldn't you know what happened? A car is not an enclosed vehicle. She was not in a military vehicle. So why wouldn't she know what happened? A car is surrounded by windows. You can see what's going on in front of you. There's a little mirror that you can look out and see what's going on behind you. There's windows at each door. The two front windows have side mirrors so that you can see further back. Please explain to me how you needed witness statements because you didn't know what happened. You saw what happened. There's no way for you not to see what happened. There's no way you don't know whether your boo thing, your man, whether he got on his feet, sis, or on his back. There's no way for you not to see that. Do you know why? Because he's sitting right next to you. You know how he exited that vehicle. You don't need anybody to tell you that. Maybe the detective is pondering it, but I don't understand why they're not calling it out and forcing her to give an answer as to how she didn't know.
You want to know so we can properly say we asked you and you gave a reason.
Yeah, it's like
right?
I just genuinely want to know what happened with
Because if I went with all my assumptions I've made, right, that would have a whole different.
I'm like, what kind of person am I? Because some of the assumptions, I'm not gonna lie, had me like, this is what you're getting from me. Like,
I'm not trying to judge you, but I'm trying to read you right, and then if I'm off, I'm off. I'm fine with that.
That's what has me nervous, because I'm like, the way you're reading me, I don't feel like you're reading me as me. So it's like, I'm like,
am I getting anything right?
I wouldn't say you're not getting anything right. I feel like I'm pretty like level-headed, or like pretty like chill and stuff. So I feel like you definitely got that right. Okay. But I'm like, some of the I'm like,
maybe they'll send me back to training.
I don't think it's always training, because sometimes not everything is like how people are.
This behavior is completely off. All the way off. Even the laughing right now in this moment is off. This woman and just damn near accused you of murder. And you said, no, you kind of got some right. Well, I don't, you didn't get it all wrong. I'm just saying, I don't see nothing funny. The level of my attitude right now, and we're talking about my boo thing, and you accusing me of taking his life or doing anything that would have caused him not to be here. No, this ain't a laughing matter. Ain't nothing funny right now. Nothing. Your name ain't Cat, and I ain't your audience at all. The level of anger, me and this woman would have probably been almost arguing, sitting right here in this vicinity, if I was in fact innocent in this situation. Well, I want to know, did I get it wrong? Well, no. Hell yeah, you got it wrong. The hell you mean you think I killed my man? Are you cool? Never once have you heard any of this behavior, any of these words, any frustration or anything come from Lulu. You know what we done got? Tears. Your emotions are off, boo-boo. You should have a plethora of emotions in this interrogation, because your boo thing is gone. There should be anger. There should be sadness. There should be frustration. There should be irritation. There should be confusion. And most of all, there should be wanting answers to what happened, even if the answers mean you have to answer for the fact that you took part. This is your boo thing.
Procedure or clean. It's not black and white, everything's not black and white, and I feel like
certainly
that probably works in a lot of situations, but it's just not every. Oh, it doesn't always.
No, like again, I'm not always right. But sometimes I am. Yeah. And it's led to people telling me what really happened.
No, for sure.
And that day, as I'm feeling good, right? I'm like, I walked out of the room, I'm like, I got to the bottom of it. So certainly. Anything you need to ask those? Or we can get to the other part of things?
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Good.
Okay. So another thing, it's kind of like the cell phone download. We're gonna need to do a download of your vehicle, because vehicles they keep all information: when doors open, when doors close, when they're locked, when they're unlocked, seatbelts on and off, speeds, how fast you're going.
To further corroborate.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to take your vehicle. All right.
Okay.
It's gonna take probably till Wednesday before we'll be done with it.
Wednesday of next week?
Yeah, today's Wednesday now. It'll be 1 week.
Oh yeah, today's Wednesday. I'm thinking it's Tuesday. Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be Wednesday at the earliest.
Okay, so my reservations, because I don't want you to think it means anything. I just have to travel to Fort Lauderdale so that we can start the planning, or keep with the planning for his funeral.
Right.
And I have to pick up my mom from the airport. She's taking a leave so that she can be with me for a couple of weeks and give me that support. So it's like I need my vehicle.
Yeah. So this one, like kind of like with the cell phone, it's really not an ask, to be honest. We try to ask, we try to get the consent, but we have the right to take the vehicle because it was part of a.
Oh, so you guys are not asking, you're saying
we want to ask.
We'd like to ask.
We start by asking.
Yeah.
Oh, because it sounds like you.
No, I know we are starting. We are asking truly, but if And it always just makes it look like, because we want cooperation, we want to be able to, it's hard for us to be like, we're taking your vehicle.
And,
and if you've already been through so much today, like you've been through hell.
And not even just that, y'all, I don't live here. So all of our stuff from the cabin, like, yeah, so it's like, I don't live here, so it's not like it's as easy. I got my stuff, it's like a harder process for me to transition back home.
We thought this out, truly, we did. We were trying to think of like, how would we feel if we were in your shoes? Like, how are you going to get home? How are you going to get to Orlando? Like, we started to do this, but guess what? I know.
Yeah, it just,
I know. But we are here today, and we're in this situation, and we can't do anything about it other than do our job. And it sucks. I'm not going to say it doesn't. I would hate to be you right now. I really would. And I mean, we thought about this. We thought about how can we don't want to inconvenience someone who just went through such a loss. Like that in itself is hard. That's what makes this job hard. And I hate to say it, but I needed to let you know, like we can take the vehicle. Okay, we can. We really can. But we like you to be like, sure, just go ahead and do what you need to do, and then we will. Either way, we gotta get the vehicle, gotta get that information out of there so we can work to close the case.
Basically, the software that we need is inside the dashboard. So you have to take the dashboard apart, get into it.
Do you want me to try calling? Because Lynn didn't call me back. Do you want me to try calling her and see if there's another alternative to like shorten the time frame?
Yeah, see.
I have someone else I can call. No guarantee, but they work like traffic investigations. So we can see if there's somebody else available who can do that same job because we're using the guy who does the cell phones for that.
Okay.
And I will make that call for you.
Please.
I will try.
Please. Because then I'm going to have to pay for a rental. And like I just told you guys, the money is just...
I feel for you. I hurt for you. I feel for you. It may not present like that, but
it sucks.
We thought about
it. It
this.
doesn't feel that way, but I know.
I know it doesn't, but we had that conversation beforehand. Like we care. We truly.
So when
do.
you guys are meeting me at the hospital, you guys are gonna leave me take my car when we're at the hospital. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. Okay.
That's where you wanted to be, We had to kind of go with what we had. I'm just saying, we did. We had to go with what we had. We're not forceful people. We just go with what the cards are dealt, and the cards are dealt this way. We got to deal with it. Like that's just how we are. We're built.
Problem is she's a law student, allegedly, and if she is a law student, then she already knows this. So they shouldn't have to coax her in order to turn over her car. You stated that he exited from your car, so you should automatically know that they're going to want to confiscate your car, to look into your car to make sure what you said is accurate. They need to make sure there's no injuries in the car, there's no sign of struggle in the car. They need to look in your car. They need to make sure there's no other evidence left in the car. She knows this. Why are you being difficult about turning over the car when you should have already known this was expected?
But we do care. I know it's probably doesn't come across that way, but we do.
It's been on my mind all day. I've been dreading.
It's hard. We don't want to do this to somebody who's been through it.
Am I able to take stuff out the car?
Yeah.
And my problem is, and that's why I'm going through, because I'm watching this fresh with y'all. I have not seen this at all, but I'm still trying to figure out how exactly she was not arrested in this situation, even just from the body cam itself, even the unanswered questions. This girl didn't answer none of the questions they asked her. She answered them with feelings, how she felt, but nothing describes her behavior and what she did. But the biggest problem is nothing also proves that she did anything malicious. If they reopen this case, the most I feel like they would be able to get her on is manslaughter.
It's just the
Sorry. Again, I'm not working the investigation.
Usually in other instances when we take cars, we don't let anybody take anything. But
So forgive me. It's another assumption that I really need to go back to training. Let me call him.
And I have a question too. When you guys are done with it, just a question. Is there a way that it could be brought to Orlando, or do I have to come and pick it up? Okay, I get it. Yeah, you guys are full of amazing news for me.
I really am sorry.
We did this job. I don't know why sometimes I ask.
I don't know how you guys do this job either.
But imagine dealing with people that kill children.
But that one's a little bit more satisfying because it's like, you know what you did to this child. Like, I'm not gonna really feel bad about what you did. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel like
someone 50 years just not long ago.
Yeah, so that's a little different than.
I guess it does like balance it out somewhat. Like, because we're crazy otherwise. All right, we'll be right back.
Okay. Tell him please.
Well, I'm gonna see if it's even available. We don't know if
okay.
It's a good question for us to ask. So
Oh, okay.
If it is.
Oh, okay. All right.
So as you see, she just is giddy and laughy and smiley and jokey and all of this, and your boo thing just died.
Lord, please keep me protected. Give me the strength. Give me the strength.
So if you didn't hear what she said, Lord, please keep me protected. Give me the strength. Give me the strength. Problem I have with this is not what she's saying, is where she's saying it at. Why she's saying it out loud. Especially in the place that she's in, when she knows everything that she's saying and doing is being recorded, or she should know. So I always think about when people do and say things out loud, you really care about that for real, or you just want to, should I say, you just want someone else to hear you say it? Again, she's just sitting. No emotion. No nothing. Now she's going to take a nap. She's tired, right? You've never once seen her through this interrogation, and we're almost 2 hours in. You never once seen her shake her leg, the nervous shake, twitch, nothing, no nerves at all. Nothing about her behavior says she bothered, irritated, concerned, nothing, except for herself, which she admittedly said out loud that she's concerned about her and her safety because of everything going on social media.
He said you can get the stuff.
I don't know. I'm saying, like, is there a cutoff time of how late
she can reach out to, and she's at least willing to look into a possibility of it being done sooner.
Just rewind a little bit. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but I keep hearing a phone buzz. Does she have a second phone on her? Because they took her phone to do the drop on it. So her phone's still plugged up, being downloaded. But I keep hearing a vibration, a buzzing. Do she have a second phone that they don't know about? Or is that the system that's buzzing?
What I did so far is I contacted the sergeant of our traffic team. She said she can reach out to FHP tomorrow to at least ask some more questions to see if anyone would be available to assist us in doing this sooner.
Okay.
No promises.
Okay.
But she's willing to make the calls.
Okay, so just to make sure I'm understanding, the process doesn't take that full week. It's just when someone can do it.
Right, because of the holidays right now.
Okay, if it worst case, getting another hotel room and waiting for the car
but I
is
don't
more
wanna,
ideal.
Right, but I don't want to give you that expectation.
No, but you gave me hope, so that's enough.
I give you a little hope.
Yeah,
but I think it's no guarantee.
Okay.
It really isn't.
Okay.
And I don't like to pretend there. But we'll hopefully have an answer for you by tomorrow because she's gonna look into it and talk to him.
Oh, you won't have an answer today.
No. She'll contact. She's coming in tomorrow, early morning.
Okay.
She says she has a few people from FHP she can reach out to, and she's at least willing to look into a possibility of it being done sooner.
Okay.
But that's the best I can do. I don't have a for sure.
Okay. Okay. I guess I'm just kind of like wondering what I could do because
Yeah, and you'll have minutes to think about it. I'm gonna go back over there for a minute, but yeah, just try to think about some options for yourself because I know this is not easy, and I don't know how to present I care because but I do. I truly do.
Yeah.
I would not want to be you. I would not want to be stranded. I would not want to be stuck.
Yeah.
You need to get to places I wish there was a loaner car we can give you, but we just don't have that ability.
No, it's okay. Let's say I went with the idea of try to get a rental or something like that. Could I come get my stuff? Come back and get my stuff?
Yeah, he said you can get the stuff.
I'm saying is there a cutoff time of how late I can get the stuff out of the car or whatnot? Because I would need time to go pick up the rental.
Right.
And so, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to I'm trying to gauge the timeline.
I know we have to get home at some point, but I imagine we can make an arrangement where someone can stand by while you get your stuff.
Yeah.
We can maybe ask someone from patrol. There's ways of doing it.
Okay.
If you are willing to help us, I imagine we will do everything we can to help you.
Okay.
I just can't promise you anything.
No, makes sense. Okay, at least there's a possibility, so.
Yeah, okay. Do you have any siblings?
Yes.
Girls or sisters?
So I have a sister, I have a twin brother, and 2 older brothers.
What's your sister's name?
Candace.
Okay, you look like this girl Ashley so badly.
Really? From here?
From here.
Oh no.
No, it's insane. I found your twin. She's my daughter's ex-teacher. She is now a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
But when you talk, your expressions,
my mannerisms.
Yeah,
is she calm? Is she kind
She's also that same way.
Yeah.
She's also that same way, and she'll do anything to bat for her man. I'm like, leave that man. And she's like, no.
Yeah.
So, but just very similar.
No, makes sense.
Okay.
Okay.
Back to sleep she goes. There's the buzz again. Sounds like a phone vibrating. Still no nervousness. And this goes on for a bit. So I'm just fast forward through it. I think the psychology behind interrogation rooms is crazy work too. No windows, white walls, small room, make you feel boxed in like you're locked in. There's the vibration again. Put 1 in the chat if you think that vibration is from another phone. Put 2 in the chat if you think that vibration is from the camera system. You see that face? Now, what about that face just said that she was concerned or sad or had been crying in an interrogation? What about that face? You know, showing the watch. Let's go. Hurry up. That's what that meant.
Did you not very hard?
Yeah.
Because I only saw from the camera cleaning it up.
Oh
my god, I'm so sorry. Go ahead. Do you need these other?
No, I was gonna ask for this process. Can I sit in my car so I'm warmer? I can put on the heater. Because I'm so cold and I'm
right. You are free to leave, but let me just ask those if there's anything else he needs from you.
Okay.
Okay, so you don't want to be sitting here right now. You're too cold, and you want to try to go back to.
Yeah, I just want to put on the heat in the car or something because I'm like somebody who gets so cold. That's why I asked for a blanket when I first got here.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, all right. Let me ask you if there's anything left to do.
Okay.
All right.
As you see, she's still just relaxing, just chilling, no care in the world. It's probably the most rest she's had since the incident happened. And according to her statements, the funeral hadn't happened yet. So the interrogation happened before the funeral took place. How long after the incident? I don't know. But it was before the funeral. And I don't think they're going to come back in. Nope, it ends with her still in there. So y'all listen.
So far as I contacted.
That was part 2. Hold on. 1 second. There we go. Sometime my stream be tripping. That was the end of part 2 of the Dro and LULU'S story, the interrogation. We're going to come back tomorrow for part 3 and go knock it out. We have probably like an hour left of the interrogation footage. Again, shout out to Nothing But the Truth. I think it was The Voice of Reason on YouTube. Please go check her channel out and subscribe. Thank you for joining me for another Sip, Savor, and Spill, for another champagne conversation. Thank you for spending a little time tonight in the city. Please do me a favor. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Also the notification bell so you'll be notified when we jump into whichever sector we jump into in the Champaign City for another show. I am working on some productions for you all. I'm working on some more Hollyweird Untolds. If you have not checked those out, please go to the homepage, check out our playlist, and go to Hollyweird Untold, where we break down all of the old stories so that you realize, baby, Hollywood just didn't become weird. It's been weird. So we've done Shirley Temple. We've done, Dorothy. Did we do Dorothy Dandridge? Who else did we do? Just all Hollywood and young stars whose lives were destroyed by Hollyweird and the industry. So please go check that out. We also dropped our latest obsession. So My Secret Obsession number 4 has dropped. Please go check that out so you can see what one of my obsessions is. Hope you like it. Go check out the other channels within the city. We do have Champagne Secrets Reacts, where we have our TikTok story times, as well as Prank Wars, Champagne Shenanigans. We also have Inky Noir, Champagne Mysteries, which is our murder mystery dinner theater type true crime channel. So we have a lot to offer. Just go check it out and have fun. Hope you subscribe, catch a video or two. Enjoy. Champagne Gang, Fizz Fam, confidants, and visitors to the Champagne City. Baby, always remember, if it doesn't cause you to elevate, baby, it's causing you to depreciate. Now raise those glasses, clink, and let's drink till we meet again. How about tomorrow around 7 p.m. or 8? Ta-ta.
Stockings by the fire, but the room's ice cold. All of what you give, guess it came pre-sold. Found her lips on her best friend, ribbons came untied. Unwrapped betrayal, under that you tied. Mistletoe hanging, but the vibe ain't sweet. So I'm tangled up where I used to keep my seed. The red I'm seeing ain't from no candy cane. Ain't no Ollie, ain't no Dolly, just this burning pain. Christmas red, Christmas red is the fire in my head. Yeah, the trust is dead. Tree lights flicker, but my mind's on rewind. Every I love you now feels weaponized. Eggnog spike, but it ain't numb in the sting. Her best friend took my crown, now I'm the fool king. Sleigh bells ringing, but they sound like alarms. Frosty outside, inside it's a storm. No chestnuts roasting, just my patience shot. Love ain't a present, it's a house of cards. The red I'm seeing ain't from no candy cane. Ain't no Ollie, ain't no Jolly, just this burning pain. Christmas red is the fire in my head. Yeah, the trust is dead.